Happy Tuesday night to everybody out there. Hey everybody, if you guys can do us the favor of clicking that like button, we need as many likes as we can get. So I really appreciate it if you guys can go ahead and click that like button. That'd be awesome. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a good Tuesday night. Don't you love Tuesdays? Used to be the Tuesday night throwdown. Or the Tuesday night beat the clock, you know, all that stuff. And I hope everybody can click the like button, baby. We're starting up in just a minute, just getting it rolling, you know, getting everything set up here. Wanted to make sure we're on. We got this guy calling Triple H racist, and multiple people calling Triple H racist. WWE's racist. Here's why. And, you know, at first I thought that's ridiculously stupid. I'm not going to get involved in that. But, you know, there's a lot of people doing it now, saying it. So, and then, but I still was like, oh, man, are you serious? But, you know, I did talk to, you know, Luke earlier today. And Luke made some pretty good points. So I was like, I'm like, that's actually pretty interesting. So, you know, there's something to be said for some of these people and some of these comments about some of these wrestlers who happen to be minority or African American, whatever. So, yeah, are they race baiting? Maybe. I mean, it is a little ridiculous. I mean, I here's the thing. Triple H has done so much for black wrestlers and minority wrestlers. So, I mean, if anything, Triple H giveth, Triple H taketh away, you know? So, how can the guy be racist if he was pushing all these people? You know? I mean, Triple H was pushing Jade Cargill to come to WWE and for them to do things with Jade Cargill. Triple H was pushing Montez Ford and those guys, right? Triple H was pushing Bianca Belair. These are all people that he praised and pushed. I mean, you could say Naomi, you know, backstabbed the company essentially, and they brought her back. I mean, yeah, they treat her like a background type of, you know, lucky to be here, lower mid card person. But I mean, does she deserve anything more from what we've seen? Hey man, you're lucky. You're like a mid-carder with a big presentation, who gets paid over $100,000 to wrestle. I mean, I think she gets paid $250,000 or $300,000 or something. I mean, one more. I mean, that's pretty good, right? I would think so. How are you gonna say that the guy is racist? You know. I mean, I understand the perception of that, but dude, for me to believe somebody's actually a racist, like, it's got to be something crazy. Like, you got to be doing some. I mean, I've heard people say slurs. I don't think they're racist. Triple H has been pushing stuff, but we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about it, maybe brainstorm it a little bit. I understand the perception, but again, he's just done so much for those type of people that it's like, I don't know. But there's also something to it. And Luke Rojas talked about this a little bit earlier today with me. And so we'll get into that. But I want to thank Ellie Bernard, Christoph, Charles Sabia, there's Sabala, Doug Henry, Billy Hammock, Takara World, Lino Michelle, Marvin Smith, John Pinto, all for subscribing in the last few here, man. Thank you guys very much for the sub. Welcome to the channel. We're hanging out with you for a little bit here tonight. It is a big Tuesday night. I think. We'll find out. We're live. I've been uploading a lot today, though, so I know the algorithm is not going to alert everybody right away that I'm live because I've uploaded more than 3 times. When you upload more than 3 times, it doesn't send out mass alerts the way it usually does. So the only way people are going to know that I'm live is if they're a patron, Twitter, or if they happen to be browsing my videos or channel and then notice the live thing. So it is going to be a little bit tough to get people in here tonight, so we're going to do our best to do that from the algorithm, and see what I can do with the title and things to try to get, this place moving. Maybe we can change the title up a little bit, and this will help it out a little bit. But it is very hard to get the algorithm to start rolling when, I've been uploading so much. But it's been so great to be uploading that much, so that's why there's only like 53 people in here right now. But we'll try to get it rolling. Questionable booking, says Delta. Kenneth J. Williams, they race baiting. I'm tired of it. Yeah, I really, in the end, I think Triple H has done a lot for diversity in the company, and we're not big diversity people here, as in like, oh, we've got to have all this crazy diversity. But Triple H is aware of it and does make efforts to try to go there, I think, but not unreasonable efforts, not efforts like, oh, we're only gonna go woke here. But no, it's more like he gives the right opportunities he should. And I think they value wrestlers like that because I think they want those wrestlers to do well because they really want a big presence of wrestlers because, they want, black female, black male, whatever, all kinds of different wrestlers to represent the company to the diverse WWE audience. So ideally they would have tons of big mega stars that are of most, and that WWE always thinks about that ethnicity and race. WWE is always about a representation of some kind. You could argue though about whether that representation is, gets to the top, right? Gets to the main card. But in the end, they are always looking for some sort of, they want the Hispanic and the Latino and the Lucha representation. All that. They want black representation, they want white, they want women, they want different types of, they want all these representations so that they can cover the world to be this worldwide wrestling entertainment promotion to connect with all different types of people all over the place, including Saudi Arabia and stuff like that. Although recently, right, they did let Mansoor go, so what are they going to do now without Mansoor? You know what I mean? Ask Booker T if Hunter is racist or not, says Derek. Well, Booker T and Hunter are always doing stuff together. So, yeah, I don't know Booker if he's going to say anything about that. But all I know is that Hunter is – all he does is he really has been putting over black talent like crazy. So it's hard for me to see it. But, again, like I said, me and Luke did talk about it earlier, and I'm going to play a little bit of a clip of that for you guys so you can hear it. But please do me a favor and click that like button. You guys are doing great, though, because we just started. The alerts are not going to go out that I'm live, so we're going to have trouble there. And there's only 46 people here right now because the alerts are dead. But yet, still got 32 likes. So you guys are that's pretty badass. What are you going to do when Hogan runs wild on you, Life Wells? Okay. What are you going to do when Hogan burns you with a cross? I mean, that's really the question. Hulk Hogan, more like, well, this guy called Triple H Triple K, which I thought was kind of funny. So let me, we're going to play a little bit of these clips of this, and we're going to get on to it. If anybody wants to say anything, donate, flip out, whatever, feel free to do it. I need to make $400 by Friday. So whatever you contribute is going to help me out big time. Streamlabs link is pinned to the top of the chat. You can use it up there or become a member. You super chat, whatever you want, or just chat for free, and I'll read your messages probably anyway. But certainly you can help out. And, of course, if you're a patron, you'll have gotten the whole podcast with me and Luke today. It's up there right now. Feel free to download that, listen to it, play it, go to bed, do it, whatever. Patreon.com/Cronin Show. It's up right now. Okay. So Triple H is Triple K. Let me play this clip first for you guys, and then I'm going to play the guy's video. We're going to break it down. We're going to get into it, and talk about it a little bit because it's very bizarre. And then I'm going to read your comments in the chat and stuff like that too. So here we go. Here we go. Let me just get the right clip of what, Luke had to say to me earlier. We talked about this a little bit, and I want you guys to hear it. So here it is. And then after that, I'm going to play the video so you can see what I'm talking about.
And then like, this guy is writing a show. This guy is head of like create and just goes, he beats up poor people. Like, first of all, you're writing for a comic book show, regardless if it's a satire and other comic books. You should at least know the character of Batman if you're going to write for that fucking show.
It doesn't matter what they are.
I don't care what you are, rich or poor. I will give you justice. And, that's what Batman is. It's not, oh, Batman, oh, yeah. And then he says that Bruce Wayne, their character of Bruce Wayne profits off of inmates going to prison, much like since we have that stupid interview that the Velma girl, whatever.
Some kind of a short thing, so it'll be great.
Yeah, do it, man.
Give me one second. I'm racist, and it's very weird. It's going on everywhere. Triple H. Here it is. Triple H a racist. We're going to talk about this. Is Triple H a racist? In the chat, let us know what you think. I really think this is reaching, but we're going to talk about it. I think the guy is, and you know what's funny is Triple H is getting called this by some people now, and the guy, I feel like the guy has done more recently for minorities and for African American wrestlers, than I can remember done in the company. We have more diversity than ever before, and now you're calling this guy racist. It's just, I wonder about that. But then there's some good points to be made about many of the wrestlers. But listen to this, and we'll talk about it. Each racist, and I've been ignoring it because they were just little things, and I figured they're stupid. But now I've seen multiple videos of people talking about it, and one guy just called him Triple K, and I'm like, but. And one of the, I don't know, one of the biggest examples is like, well, what happened to Montez Ford's push and, you know what I mean, all that sort of thing. So why is this happening to Triple H? I mean, didn't they bring in Jade Cargill and all these other things? Like, I don't understand.
Here's why it's happening right now. Why it's happening. The top African-American female star besides Jade, I mean, I guess you could even say, even still, with Jade included, is Bianca Belair, right? Like, wouldn't we agree with that?
Right.
Like, in terms of her status and, like, how she's booked and protected.
Yeah.
But she's been in a tag team division for, like, a year now, and she's been floating around, like, not even competing for the world title for a very long time. And it's like, she is, for, like, 2 years ago, she was being booked as Superwoman, as like fucking Wonder Woman or whatever. And now she's like, I don't know, just competing for the tag team titles. It's a little weird. And then you go to the New Day. What are the New Day doing? Well, they just had the biggest fucking segment of their careers, probably, besides Kofi winning the title. And they did such a great promo with Big E. And that was after months and months of great, solid building and good promo work and good character work from Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. And then literally, ever since that promo on Raw, nothing has come of it. Like, they have just been treated like complete jokes. Like, the commentary laughs at them. Everybody hates them, which is stupid and doesn't make sense. Like, Dominic doesn't mess with them even. It's like, Dominic, you just betrayed your friends a few months ago. Like, what are you talking about, dude? You betrayed your girlfriend. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And it's just like, well, everybody hates them now. That's the gimmick, is that everybody hates them. And I'm like, it's nothing real. We were expecting some badass shit after the fucking New Day, like, turned heel. I was expecting some good promos. I was expecting them to come out and, like, immediately I was expecting them to win the tag team titles. Like, they should already be tag team champions. Oh, well, we got to give them to the War Raiders who do nothing.
Oh, yeah.
I like them too.
So, yeah. So like, New Day's a mess. Montez Ford and Bianca, they're a mess.
Yeah, like all the black superstars right now are kind of just floundering around and doing nothing when even, like, there's really no excuse when it comes to the New Day. Bianca Belair, I kind of get, you want to keep her away from the world title so that when she comes back, it means more. And, like, I get it because she was protected for so long. But, like, I mean, take Naomi. Like, her treatment has been kind of weird. Like ever since she's come back, they've treated her like she's good, but she'll lose most times.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's a little weird. I don't know. Like, and it wasn't like, oh, she won a few matches and then she started losing like a few months in. Like she lost her first fucking match, right? Didn't she just lose her first match back?
I think so. Yeah. I think
that was a weird, like, what is going on there? So I see I can see how people could allude to that, but I just don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? I really don't buy, especially with how sensitive everything is now in wrestling, how sensitive a lot of the wrestlers are to that type of stuff. I really don't think that they would. I don't know. I just don't think that would be going on. But who knows? Maybe Triple H is, Triple K.
The guy called him Triple K. I was dying. All right, so there you have that. But we'll continue to investigate that and talk about that going forward. The New Day. Well, let's talk about it now. Let's pull up, like I said, there's multiple people who have said this. There's been people all over the internets, the Reddits, the sub areas, the weird areas, the dirt places, all over the place. But Triple H or Triple K is hilarious by this guy, Rotten Fresh. This guy absolutely... I think he's got some valid points. This is one of those videos, man, that he made. You can go watch his video. It's Rotten Fresh. It's this guy. This guy, Rotten Fresh. Pretty cool take. I understand his points, and he's got really good ones. And this is one of those videos that, I could see making this video and then maybe later on taking it, like, not taking it down, but being like, oh, I think I was wrong. But he might be right. I don't know. He's got some points. So let's just listen to this and let's try to break this down a little bit. But again, it's hard for me because, and by the way, man, let's just turn the brightness up a little bit. There we go. Because his video is he's going to be ranting on this. A lot of what he's saying here is a lot of what I've heard from different places all over the place. Twitter, Reddit, weird tweets, weird videos here or there. So I'm just using his because it's the latest one. Let's see.
Like, just make that make sense for a minute.
Oh, let's go back.
H or is it Triple K?
That's the best way to start a video. Triple H or Triple K? Can't believe this only has 95 views.
I don't know. Is it Triple H or is it Triple K? A lot of these allegations are starting to kind of feel right. And I'm going to just jump straight to it. How did Isla Dawn, unfortunately she's gone now, but how did Isla Dawn Fine Ass and Albert Fire get titles because they was in their country? Like, just make that make sense for a minute.
All right. So now, can somebody correct me if I'm wrong in the chat? Am I crazy about this? But hasn't Triple H since Vince McMahon has really been gone? Hasn't things changed quite a bit? Like, aren't hometown wrestlers winning more than they used to? Because before, Vince would make hometown people lose and almost embarrass people in their hometowns. But now, in the last couple of years, especially when Triple H really took over and then Vince was really gone, it feels like they make people win in their hometowns a lot more. Like 80% of the time or more, they win in their hometowns. And if you're competing in your hometown, a lot of times they like to give you more of the spotlight. That seems to be a change that's happened in the last couple of years. So, the fact that these Australian women or whoever are going to be competing, or whoever's competing in their hometown, I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? Is that what he's talking about? And I think I'm also getting confused. I'm thinking of AEW because I know AEW is doing stuff, but
you didn't have them go on a roll where they was winning matches, building stock, cutting promos, getting the crowd engaged, because I thought we might get some engagement when they first showed up on the main roster as the women's NXT tag champs. But you had Ronda and Shayna Baszler just bury them. Y'all forgot that? Then
Wasn't Vince McMahon in charge still then? Or am I crazy? Am I wrong? I mean, if I'm not, I could be wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Who was in charge when Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey were doing that? How long has Ronda Rousey been out of WWE? Like, Ronda Rousey's last appearance was at SummerSlam 2023. So, 2023. Triple H took over as head of creative in, I guess, July of 2022 with the retirement of Vince McMahon. So, I mean, that was under the year of Triple H. So he is correct. That was under the first year of Triple H. He is right.
before that, though, they had a vignette of them like being witches, and I thought, okay, this might be something. This might be something. Nope. Here go the Scotland show, and for no reason at all, I didn't mind them being in a match, but they won because they was in Scotland.
Well, again, I think that for some reason, Triple H's procedure of this, Triple H really likes to have the hometown people win more often, and he likes to push hometown people when they're in a hometown, especially if they're in the hometown. So, like, you can imagine the logistics, right? Like, let's agree, right? You agree that Triple H likes it when hometown people win, right? I think we can all agree on that. Whereas Vince McMahon didn't like it. Vince McMahon, there was a 75% chance or so you were going to lose if it was your hometown. Triple H, it's the opposite. It's about 75, 85% if it's your hometown with Triple H. It's the opposite. So we all agree Triple H likes to have hometown people win, right? We also can agree, if that's the case, that if your hometown is somewhere that the WWE rarely goes, then even more so does Triple H want you to win. Like, there's a 9 out of 10 chance Triple H wants you to win if you're in your home country, right? Home country. Now, did Drew McIntyre win in his home country? I don't think so, right? So there are exceptions. And is Roman Reigns a white guy? You know what I mean? So to me, that hometown thing can go out the window. What you would have a problem with is it's not you're turning that part is being turned into racism when it shouldn't be. It's not that he's racist and that's why these people won in Scotland. It's more about Triple H values your hometown over logical booking, right? He would rather have the local cheap pop, temporary pop, not cheap pop, but temporary pop than the long-term sensible booking, right? If in the meantime this is fun, let's do it. Over the long term, maybe sensible booking. Maybe this is sensible to do this because of where we are. So you would say that really is not a problem about race or racism from Triple H. That is that you have a problem with him giving the nod to hometown people, an extreme nod to hometown countries. Whereas it won't make as much of a difference if your hometown is New York, which they go to quite often. You know, there's not as much of a need to make you win in your hometown if it's New York, because they'll be there 5 times a year. But if your hometown is like Alaska and the WWE is in Alaska for the first time in 10 years, you know, there will be more of a like, you know what, if we can make it happen for the hometown guy, let's do that. Let's put the belt. It will be amazing. The people will be crazy. It's a hometown hero. You know, like that's what they want to do, of course. So I don't think this part is necessarily race. I think we're seeing race because there's races involved of everything, but I don't know. So anyway, I that part I can't get on board with that. But let's continue.
Okay, but then the next week you had them do what? Nothing. They were just regular. All they did is smile, giggle, smile, giggle. All these girls are just Harley Quinn's wannabes. That's all females do, that if they're heels or whatever. Smile, giggle, smile, giggle. That's all they do. Nothing else. Nothing special. But Jade Cargill and Bianca, superstar-looking females, they had no business being in that match to begin with. But another weird biasness, Piper didn't even get a title.
I think he was trying to build Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair. And by the way, just want to throw this out to you guys. I have heard through the rumor mill, this is just I'm gonna really start something here. I have heard that Jade and Bianca, they wanted Jade and Bianca to work together at WrestleMania against each other. And I've heard that there's some kind of issue there from the Bianca side of things, and that's being kept on the down low from Bianca. As in, Triple H goes, I want you and Jade to work Mania, and Bianca was like, I don't want, no. And then Triple H is like, okay, well, what do you want to do? And basically, he's in a stalemate about what to really do with Bianca. And then Bianca wants to work with Jade, but now he has nothing for Jade. And Jade got hurt, essentially, they said. So that now they're waiting to relaunch Jade, potentially at the Elimination Chamber. So just throwing that out there. Could be all rumor. Take it with a full grain of salt, but just throwing it out there that the two girls might be working together still, but also might not be working together. And because Bianca actually doesn't want to work with her, and that's crazy sounding, but that's what I heard. Could be bullshit. It probably is. So we'll assume it's bullshit. But at the very least, that's what we thought they were going to do with the two of them. And maybe they still will towards Elimination Chamber the night after.
Title shot because she was in her home country. Piper Niven. Dewdrop. She ain't did shit special. I don't know when.
Yeah, Dewdrop has been buried. They haven't done anything with Dewdrop. She's white. Dewdrop has been treated like shit ever since Vince McMahon left. You know, when Dewdrop went back to being Piper or whatever I don't even know what she is now. It kind of was like, okay. She's back. Here we go. Vince is gone. She's not Dewdrop anymore. Yeah. And that lasted about 4 weeks maybe of like, yeah, Piper. She's not Dewdrop anymore. But what has she done since she wasn't Dewdrop? You know?
But she was in Scotland, so.
And it's not because Jade can't really wrestle very well. By the way, I love Jade. Just want to tell you, you can go watch my videos. 3 years I sucked her body when she was in AEW. And I went on rant after rant. How the hell could WWE let this woman go? How did they miss this? They had her before AEW. What the hell were they thinking? I don't care if she can't wrestle that well. I don't care if she has a big Buddha slam a punch and that's it. She's so goddamn stunning presentation-wise and everything else. I don't care. She can wrestle a Hogan-style thing. There's no reason she can't do that. I would 100% be pushing Jade. So I don't know if she's hurt or what's going on, but oh my God, I would push her. So I'm with this guy on that. And Bianca Belair is wonderful in the ring. Bianca's microphone work has turned into shit and annoying. She sounds like a screeching Kamala Harris. But besides that, in the ring, she's great. She looks pretty. The music is good. Like, Bianca's got it going on too. The two women really got it. They should be somewhere. I just don't know if this is the reason for this.
Just give her a title shot.
Dude about to rob a bank, by the way. Look at him.
So I wonder, would you do that for Jade Cargill if she was in her hometown? I wonder, would you do that for Montez Ford if he was in his hometown? Ooh,
maybe.
Speaking of Montez Ford, y'all remember the Elimination Chamber in 2023?
Didn't Montez Ford win in his hometown not that long ago? And they literally did that? I mean, someone tell me if I'm wrong, because I maybe misremember. I'm having all kinds of problems.
And I remember he showed off. He did the damn climb to the top. And he did like a motion backflip shooting star thing on the crowd. I mean, on the audience, on the fan. I'm all over the place, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Then I remember a lot of people on the internet talking, oh, Montez Ford, bro, he blah, 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 blah. Huh. All 2024, the rest of 2023, then all 2024, no progress. No promos, no character change, no arcs, nothing different, right? Most of 2024.
Well, didn't they make Montez Ford and them go heel? Didn't they do that? Didn't that happen after? Am I wrong, or am I thinking of Private Party? Those two teams are very similar to me, right? The Private Party and the whatever they are, the Street Profits. Like they're very similar. Like, bring the solo cups and we're a couple of black guys at the party. Like that's what the both teams are like. I mean, essentially. But didn't they make them go heel? So, I mean, I don't know, but like, I mean, I agree with him that yes, there was one point where we thought these guys were going to explode, but especially Montez Ford, we thought, oh, a big singles push is coming for this guy soon, and he's going to be like a top guy. It's coming. Everybody talked about it, and it was going that way. And, everybody said this, even Triple H. I'm pretty sure Triple H spoke on Montez Ford and said something about him like, this guy's going to be a star. Like that. I swear to God, we've got like, I almost think there's a video on it. Like, I swear there's a video of Triple H being like, this is the guy. Let me see. Where's Montez Ford now? Conan on why won't Triple H push Montez Ford? Let's hear Conan's take.
Nick Aldis talked to the Bloodline backstage and told Tonga Loa is ineligible to compete because he had a knee injury, that he has to forfeit their spot in the tag team gauntlet match. And so said they wouldn't forfeit anything. Jacob had two would substitute for Tonga Loa in the match, and Aldis said he would allow it. And Solo told Jacob to bring the tag titles.
So
they showed LA Knight walking backstage.
So two things. Do we know how he sustained the eye injury?
I have no idea.
Okay, that's number one. And number two, why would he let Jacob take his place? Because he was injured?
It happens all the time. Yeah, it happens all the time, I guess. They're showing that they're bullying him a little bit. Yeah. Alicia Taylor gave an introduction to the tag title match. So he had.
I maybe thought Montez Ford was injured, but God, like, what are they doing? I mean, it is true, though. Montez Ford and the Street Profits, like, but especially Montez Ford, what are they doing? Am I missing something? Is he not injured? What am I missing?
And then Cruz and Corbin wrestled the Street Profits. The Street Profits beat them in 14 minutes. Pretty Deadly came out next, and they took on the Street Profits. And the Street Profits beat them in 20 minutes into the match. Then the OC came out, and they lost to them 8 minutes after that. So it's looking like the Street Profits are putting in the work here, because but let's be honest. You looked at all these.
Jesus Christ, Disco! Can you speak, bro? Hey, Junior. Or what the hell's what did Disco drink Conan's jizz before this? Like, what is this?
Tag teams, and the only two plausible tag teams that would end up with would be Street Profits and Bloodline. So it kind of sucks to the poor Street Profits. Like they kind of did the Street Profits a little dirty here, because they made them work like a half an hour.
Right.
But
it was also
going over, right.
But it was a way to protect them. Like they went through three people before they lost, so they were protecting him. But let me tell you two things, and you knew the Bloodline was going to win. But let me tell you the two things. I was going to say,
conclusion, the Bloodline come out, and obviously they win. So go ahead.
Because they're going up against the Personality Brothers. Yeah, and so the two things that stuck out to me from this: number one, bro, Pretty Deadly is super underutilized. They're so entertaining and good.
Right.
Okay. Right. And number two,
see, even Conan likes the white guys better, I guess. But also Triple H, aren't they pushing Jey Uso now? Jey Uso ain't exactly an Irish cracker, is he? I mean, you can only push so many people, right? But I mean, maybe that's partly because of The Rock. You know, I feel like Rock's whole family is going to be pushed. Soon it's just going to be the entire Rock I family or whatever, and there'll be no white or black people at all. This will be the Samoans taking over the whole company.
Too, and you and I have been saying this for a long time. Why the heck is Ford not a single star? I mean, he has so much charisma and athletic, good-looking guy and in shape. I mean, he's got everything you want. They talk about, oh, you don't push enough black talent. You got one staring at you right in the face. And I guarantee you Dawkins would not do bad by himself either.
I'm going to play devil's advocate because we don't know. Maybe you can find out. Is that maybe they just don't want it? Maybe they're really tight with each other.
I do think it'd be cool if Dawkins attacked them and whatever.
They don't want to split up.
Well, that's not up to them, bro. I'm sure New Day.
I'm aware of that. I'm just wondering if that is playing into this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
yeah,
because it looked very like you see the mat.
But Ford's got to know. But Ford's got to know that just like his wife Bianca, he can be a single star where there's more money and being a single star and more merch and et cetera, et cetera. Why he would want to stay in a team that's not being used right is beyond me. Yo, what's up?
I mean, see, I think what Conan's saying, it's almost so unbelievable that's why I think Conan's saying that. Like, so basically what he's saying is maybe he's been given some opportunities before, but he couldn't take them or he didn't take them or, you know, he let me stay a tag team for a little bit longer. You know, we're going to do some stuff.
Not being. And
then maybe at that point, like, they're like, well, we're done with this tag team. We just want to push you as a singles guy. Well, you know, not yet. And so then they just sort of leave him out in limbo. You know, I think that's what he's saying. Like, so it's not Triple H. It's the guys don't want themselves to be broken up. But I don't know, man. That's pretty crazy, bro. I don't know. I don't know why Conan, they like Pretty Deadly. I don't know. I've never watched those guys really that much. Pretty Deadly, you know. People ignore the black people comments, but listen to white people and Mexicans tell you Triple H ain't racist, says King Mike's World. That's I don't know. I mean, we're literally playing comments from a black guy right now. I mean, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I mean, people will do that, though. I mean, I'm not saying that that's not true, that people, listen to what Conan is saying, but we're listening to what everybody's saying. You know, we're not listening to what one person's saying. We're literally listening to everybody. I mean, maybe other people will, but, I mean, I don't know if you're talking about me, but we're sitting here listening to this, to Rotten Fresh's comments, who is a black guy, listening to his opinion. So, yeah, we're listening to Conan's opinion and we're listening to my opinion, but we're also listening to a black guy's opinion for the last 30 minutes. I mean, maybe you just got here, but this whole thing has been stemmed off of, I mean, I don't want to just put it all on this guy because tons of people on like Reddit and Twitter and there's other YouTube videos, there's fans saying this. So we're examining it to see what we think, you know? Like, we're doing the opposite of ignoring it. Ignoring it would be to be like, oh, Triple H is racist, okay, whatever, retard, all right, on to the next thing. We're not doing that. We made a whole video about this so far. You know, we've been talking about this now for 30-something minutes. So, you know, yeah, I've been poking holes in his logic because that's what you do, bro. You literally poke holes. You be the devil's advocate. That's what I'm doing. You know, if you don't like that, I mean, maybe you want to live in Nazi world where, you know, one guy just says what he says and that's it. But I agree with him on some of the things, and I've disagreed with him on some of the things. Like Montez Ford. Dude, first of all, Jade Cargill, I cried for 3 years. Please sign Jade Cargill. She looks fucking smoking hot. She looks fire when she comes out. Her presence is fire. She is literally Hulk Hogan. She's the female Hulk Hogan in a little bit of a different way, obviously. And Hulk Hogan did work a little better back in the day. But she's got this presence that was fire. It was in AEW. She was really good in AEW to me. And other people made fun of her wrestling ability. And I said, yeah, she's got some wrestling issues, whatever. The fact is, I'm entertained when she's out there. And when I don't care what she's doing. I love it. My God, why didn't WWE hire her? This is crazy. Then they got her. Triple H is one of the people that really wanted her. So, I don't understand why they got her, brought her out, and then sort of dialed it back several times. I don't know what's going on. Allegedly, she's injured. That was the rumors, that she's been injured. We really don't know 100%. My theory is that she is coming back, and it'll be part of a story. Other people's theory is that they're writing her off as champion, which is a bad thing to do usually, and to get her out of there because she's going to slowly disappear because they've said, never mind. If that's the case, bro, it's worse than Matt Hardy being, when Matt Hardy came to the WWE and Vince McMahon didn't understand the delete stuff and the woken stuff and everything. And basically they screwed up Matt Hardy somehow. They didn't get it. It's worse than that. So I'm going to hope that Jade is coming back in time for WrestleMania, and that's what's going on. But I'm pretty sure she's got an injury. Pretty sure that she has an injury. But I'm happy to talk with you, King, because, there has been no black male superstars on pay-per-views in God knows how long. Yes. Yeah, I don't understand why. Well, Roman Reigns is he's not exactly white. You know what it is? It's because all the Samoans are here. All the white bookers think that counts. You know what it is? Like Triple H and all them, they're like, well, we got like Sikoa. He's not Irish. We got Roman Reigns and no eye. We got this guy. So, like, to Triple H, there's a whole bunch of black people out there. He's like, oh, man, they're all out there, the minorities. But they're not black. But Triple H is like, well, it counts. But no, I think part of the problem is that there's a lot of talent there's a lot of talent right now, and there's a lot of talent that happens to be white. So, but you're right. I don't think there's a defense for Montez Ford not being pushed by now. And even if Montez Ford himself was like, I don't want to break up with, Angelo Dawkins. Well, then why wouldn't you feature the tag team, in a better light? Why wouldn't you push him in a better light? Or why wouldn't you even do Montez Ford is going to do the singles run, but and Angelo Dawkins is going to be like his cheerleader manager, right? Like Dawkins goes on his own single run, Montez Ford goes on his own singles run. But in fact, dude, wouldn't you rather the New Day versus those two guys too, by the way? Wouldn't that be a better rivalry? But I don't know, whatever. But so why not have Montez Ford have his push with Dawkins as like his like manager guy or his hype guy, right? And then you could have them do that for 3 months and then they break up, right? Like Dawkins blames Montez Ford for why he lost or whatever. And then they do the whole thing. It's very cliche, very predictable, but why not do something? Montez Ford is he reminds me of a little bit like how Razor Ramon is. Razor Ramon had this look that was cool, and he was definitely a mid-carder right away, a top mid-card guy right away, right? Razor Ramon. I feel like Montez Ford could be in that sort of category. And Shawn Michaels, I don't know if Montez Ford is ever going to be Shawn Michaels, but the bottom line is he's got that middle card, top mid-card, maybe pedigree. I know that I'm pretty sure that he could be that. But we haven't seen anything like that yet. I would like to see Montez Ford versus somebody in a ladder match for a mid-card championship. And he's got such athleticism too in those matches. It would be wild to see shit go down with him. But again, he's the guy right now that I'm like, that is bizarre. Montez Ford should, I mean, bro, even if he's on a lower mid card, why wouldn't you start him out on a big run, like a big lower mid card run? Let Montez Ford run through all the jobbers, run through all the smaller guys, run through all the lower mid card talent until the point where Montez Ford has like 50 wins in a row or something. And Montez Ford can come out and be like, I think tonight I want a shot at this belt or whatever, and then say like 50-0. I'm 50-0, 5-0. And no one's called me. No one's picked up the phone and said, hey man, you're going to be in this match for a title shot. Not one title shot. 50-0. I looked it up on the WWE stats. I'm on the hottest run in the company right now. And he could say that. And now it's like that's getting in everybody's minds and whatever else. I don't know. Things like that. Just some sort of run or pomp and circumstance around the guy. And maybe that's when Angelo Dawkins attacks him and finally turns on him because he's jealous. And before Montez Ford can have that challenge for a title, now he's got to have this grudge rivalry with his former friend. And then they have to have some big blow-off 3 matches, and then he gets a title shot. And now he's gone through these rungs that he's climbed. But instead it's just like, we're sitting here, I don't even know what's going on with Montez Ford. That's crazy. And to be honest, guys, since we wanted Montez Ford push for so long, and by the way, anybody criticizing me, I have been saying this about Montez Ford off and on for years. So the fact is this, even if he were to be injured or was injured or is injured or whatever would be going on right now or whatever the reason, the Montez Ford is not being pushed, if it's his own fault for whatever reason, if it somehow was his own fault, feature him anyway. If he's injured, there should be a show. He should have a 3-minute segment where he does stuff. How about, I don't care what it is, backstage, reviews movies, I don't know, something, reviews other people, cuts promos on people in the back, whatever. Do something with Montez Ford on TV, on camera. That's all. But is there something going on we don't know about? I don't know. Joe just play MVP calling Triple H a racist. Let me see. All right, let me read the chat again. I went off on a rant there about everything. Let me go back up. Let's see who we missed. Oh, guys, if you want to donate, the Streamlabs link is pinned to the top of the chat right now. There it is. Boom. We're not doing so well today, but we got to shout it out anyway. I don't think we've had any donos, have we? What do I got to do for donations? Cut myself? No, I'm just kidding. Billy subscribed. Kimbo Kid subbed. Ellie Bernard subscribed. Che subscribed. Nice name, Che. Sounds pretty gay, but no, I'm just kidding. I love you anyway, Che. It's all good. Thank you, Che. All right, let's read the chat. Okay. Man, King Mike's World has really been going off. All right, he said you also been, but I like when people challenge me or whatever, so it's all good. Or just get mad anyway. Check this out: Google Brothers of White Warriors. What? I don't want to Google that. I'm terrified to Google whatever that is. Brothers of White Warriors. What kind of KKK shit is that, bro? Brothers of White Warriors. I just don't want to Google that. What the hell? That sounds like some kind of Viking KKK shit. That was 1998 when people wasn't soft, says Young Omerta. WWE needs to rehire Scorpio to mentor Montez Ford. I don't know, man. Montez Ford is fine. They just got to get him out there and have him do stuff. Ghost is here. What's up, Ghost? Drew Bar's here. King Hueco Mundo. WWE has used Jade Cargill so bad she looked more legit and star in AEW. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest. We've said a lot about how AEW has screwed people up and done a terrible job with people, but so far Jade Cargill was better in AEW than she's been in WWE. That's just a fact. She's had some nice little moments in WWE, but then that's been it. She did way more in AEW. So, yeah, I mean, I got to agree. She did more in AEW. She's been dealing with an injury. When she comes back, she'll feud with the attacker, and that will start. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. Jade is injured, so I think they're just waiting to bring her back at the right time. WWE blackmail superstars, comedic booking initially, right? Yeah, like, I don't get why isn't the New Day, like, tearing people up? Why aren't the New Day running roughshod through the whole company? Why aren't the New Day tag team champions, like, right away? Why aren't the New Day nuts? The New Day's attacking people, as the show is over, and then we don't see the rest of it, but that it's just a beatdown? Why isn't the New Day, like, insane? You know, why? They needed to snap, like, crackle and pop, bro. They needed to go nuts. The New Day should have beaten up Michael Cole in the ring. And then Pat McAfee should have tried to stop them, and then they should have fucked up Pat McAfee. And Pat McAfee should have been laid down bleeding, and then they should have, like, taken a chair and snapped Michael Cole's arm, and Michael Cole's in a cast for weeks, and the Raw goes off the air with no commentary. And the next week, Raw opens with Michael Cole in a sling, Pat McAfee, and they're just saying that, you know, we just want to say to our families, we're sorry about what they had to witness us go through last week. We're okay. I have a broken wrist. You know, Pat had a concussion or whatever they want to say. I'm sure they don't want to say concussion. I don't know. And just say that we're all right. And on behalf of our families, we just wanted to say to our families that we're okay. And we're back here doing our job after what happened to us last week. And we'll let, you know, WWE, you know, human resources and all those people, take over at this point. And I have a lawyer, and we're not going to say anything further on it. But we were violated, obviously, last week, and but we're gonna be professional, and we're back. So with that being said, welcome to Monday Night Raw. And the New Day is basically shown, being suspended, and they're being kicked out of the building or whatever when they arrived. The New Day found out the news, blah blah blah, and the police kicked them out. And then at the very end of the show, they show up again, or they come in some other way or whatever. Or maybe they keep them off for another week. But to make New Day this vigilante, crazy group, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you have them just be dastardly? Why wouldn't you have a fan planted in one of the seats, and the New Day comes down from the top of the balcony, like how Jey Uso comes down, and that's how they get in. And at some point midway down the stairs, there's a fan, because all the fans are trying to slap them, and they're like, ha, and New Day's like, get the fuck away from me, fuck off. And they're yelling at everybody on their way down. But then when they get down to the plant like goes to grab them and kind of like brushes their chest, and they go like this, and then he goes and he sucker punches the guy, and they grab him and throw him, and then Kofi's like, whoa, and Xavier's like, get off me, fuck you. And then it's like, oh my God, was that real? Holy shit, the New Day just beat up a fucking fan. And then it looks like they really beat the guy up because the guy touched them and everything, and now they've assaulted a fan. And then they kick him and stuff and whatever, and then they shove their way through the crowd, and they get down to the ring, and then they hit the ring. Stuff like that. Why aren't they thinking outside the box crazy like that? What I just came up with is already way better. 1 week the announcers are attacked. this big thing around them and HR and Sue and Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. And then the next week, they just break into the building and then they assault a fan. Like, why are we not going there with the New Day? Have a backstage segment where you pay a kid to act or pay a person like, hey, I've got this box of Bootios. I loved you guys. You know, when I was 6 years old, you were my favorite tag team. Now I'm 11 or whatever. Oh yeah, Bootios, yeah, and they just rip it up right in front of him and throw it in his face. It's like, it's stupid kids like you that bought this crap. You know what I mean? And your silly crap that put the, you know, whatever the fuck, you know, whatever, just ruin the kid's day, right? Stuff like that. And I mean really crazy stuff. And they've done a little bit of this, right? Like they did the thing in Boston. They were making fun of the fans' shoes outside, but I think it was off to the side, but they got to go for it. They're not really going hard. They're sort of like funny, having fun with it. The New Day's heel now. It's funny, kind of, but sometimes they get mad. You know, why is it like that? It should be nuts. But anyway, that's how I feel about that. Facts, Triple H doesn't understand FBA. I don't understand FBA. Can someone tell me what FBA means? Ironically, The Rock is half black. Enough of the bloodline shit, says Ghost. Gold Standard, I love the Samoa storytelling. It's been pretty good, but it's going to get sickening after a while. Just look at Tony Khan pushing black talents compared to Triple H. Booking plus MVP did call out Triple H. All right, we got to go to the MVP comments. Let's check it out. Again, if you think WWE is racist, then why do you still watch? Please answer me that, says Young Omerta. Well, I mean, I'll just come to that defense is if you love something like WWE and you want things to be equal and to change, you're going to complain about it. You're going to fight for it and complain about it. You're not going to – it's like America. If you think America is going the wrong way, you're not going to be like, oh, I'll just leave America. No, dude, you're going to be like, no, I want America to get better, But we're going to go back to the video, though. The guy's going to say more. Have people forgot about Carmelo Hayes? That's right. And by the way, Carmelo Hayes, again – Carmelo Hayes is a guy that I've known for years. He's a local guy here in Massachusetts. And Carmelo Hayes, I called his first matches ever. Carmelo Hayes had some great matches. In fact, I called one of his first matches with, oh my God. Who did I call one of his first matches with? Oh, God. It's going to drive me nuts. Who trained Dean Ambrose? Les Thatcher. Me and Les Thatcher called one of Carmelo Hayes' first matches. And I've known Carmelo Hayes, of course, not as Carmelo, but his real name. But for a long time, he's such a great guy. He's such a great guy. I mean, he's just a good dude. So I'm so happy for him, dude. That's like, I mean, Kofi. Although I wrestled with Kofi before Kofi made it to the WWE, I only knew Kofi for a second, slightly. But I've known Carmelo Hayes for a while before he made it to the WWE. Like, I've known Carmelo Hayes 10 years before he made it to the WWE. When Kofi made it to the WWE, I'd only known him for 6 months. And after 6 months, he was in the WWE. So that was different. Carmelo Hayes, I've known for 10 years on the Indies. So to see him go to WWE is like, it's awesome. It's awesome. I didn't get to do it, and they haven't signed me yet for the commentary position, but they did sign Carmelo Hayes. And Triple H loves Carmelo Hayes. I love Carmelo Hayes. I know Triple H loves guys that come from Killer Kowalski's school, which is now the New England Pro Wrestling Academy. Triple H went there. So that's part of why. The Viking Raiders were trainers at New England Pro Wrestling Academy or Killer Kowalski's school. I mean, John Cena graduated from Killer Kowalski's school. Triple H, China. The list goes on. Sasha Banks. Me. Me, yeah, I'm somebody. So many people, right? So Triple H has a purview to that. Montez is a star, but you can look at Carmelo Hayes too. Braun Breaker pushed to the moon. Tiffany Stratton pushed to the moon. Carmelo jobber. Carmelo, I think it's because Carmelo is smaller, and because of that, they want to build him. But you're right, he's not being built much, really. He is being given positions, though. He's being given some moments and some appearance opportunities. But you're right, Braun Breaker was like Braun Breaker to the moon, bro. But Braun Breaker is the son of a wrestling legend, and Braun Breaker also looks like a fucking monster, right? They think he's an intense monster. So, I think Carmelo Hayes is more up the Shawn Michaels alley, and I think that, Braun Breaker may be more up the Triple H alley. But I mean, listen, these are good points. I'm not trying to poke holes and ruin arguments, but that's kind of what I do. So, but there's no doubt about it. You cannot deny that some of this stuff is adding up. But I would argue that a year or two ago, some of these people were in good positions. So, but there's something to be said, man. Some weird, maybe a little bit. So we'll see what happens. But again, people got to earn it too. But why some people get opportunities, I don't know. We'll see. Now, Braun Breaker's been like stop and go to me. I mean, Braun Breaker was supposed to come in and be like Goldberg. But Braun Breaker came in and he crushed it, then he went back. Then he crushed it, then he went back. And now he's kind of moved up the ladder a little bit. But I still think that even Braun Breaker, wasn't exactly... It seemed like he was going to come in and be pushed like this huge thing, and they sort of backed off several times. So, I don't know. Carmelo needs a trick-type manager again. Yeah, maybe. Maybe Carmelo needs a manager. I think Carmelo would do good with like a female valet or like the China type of thing. Like a big, imagine Jade Cargill if she was but I wouldn't want to do that because Jade Cargill should be wrestling. She's just too good. Ricky Starks is so much better than NXT, says Dork Knight. What? Ricky Starks is so much better than NXT? Are you joking? What the hell has Ricky Starks done, Dork? WWE literally has 3 black guys, says Mika Johnson Boxing. Really? We should go look at the roster. Let's see. Ricky Starks is on NXT. He's on NXT right now? Oh shit, really? Oh my god, I was just talking about this earlier today. Wow. That's crazy. Everyone's stuck on the Booker T thing from 2003. I mean, I think that's one thing that people do. And I don't even think Triple H really... Did he really make that up? I don't know. So Ricky Starks is on NXT. Okay. Is that you serious? I'm trying to find the clip of it. Oh, yeah, here it is. He's already there. Ricky Starks is better than NXT. You're crazy. So they probably figured, well, there he is. We called it earlier. Made his WWE debut on NXT tonight. There he is. Boom. Cross the line. NXT is like WCW 1993, bro. I mean, with the other guy, who's the other guy that came over? I always forget his stupid name, but he did really good. He did really good. Paige. What's his name? Something, right? Or I don't care. What's his name? Because I had said that, that he was really bad in AEW. I mean, Ethan Page. That's what it was. Ethan Page definitely looked like he had a lot of talent, maybe, but Ricky Starks, same thing, right? Like, seems like he's got some talent that could be there, but seems pretty terrible. So I don't know what to tell you. I feel like Ricky Starks any minute is coming out of the closet too, by the way. So Ricky Starks on NXT. We'll see if he can do as well as Ethan Page did, because Ethan Page did pretty good. And we already told you, we told you that that Tony Khan has been holding people off the air, off TV. So let's see if are they calling him Ricky Starks? Did they change his name at all? It's not like Ricky Martin. Ricky Starks NXT debut. Saquon Buckley, if I don't break 80 this offseason, I got to give up the game. Damn. Let's see Ricky Starks.
Holy crap!
Holy hell. That was quick.
It's obvious you know who I am.
That's a small crowd.
If NXT is the future of professional wrestling, well, guess what? You need an absolute superstar of the future. If this is the hottest brand, well, you need the hottest free agent right now, baby.
Should have said the hottest man. So there you go, Ricky Starks in WWE NXT, which we'll see what happens. Again, they handled Ethan Page. Ethan Page came off like a top guy in NXT right away. Felt like a top guy. Ethan Page was a guy that I had buried in AEW. I was like, because everyone was saying how good he is and is gonna be, and I'm like, no way, oh my god, and I'm like, no, he's not. This guy's terrible.
My fecal matter's on the floor, but it's okay.
Oh my god, King Mike's World, who's been giving us tons of great comments in the chat, is now dropping a super chat. Holy shit. We haven't had a donation this whole stream.
Fecal matter's on the floor. It's okay, I am a horse. Fecal matter's on the floor.
Look at that horse crapping right there, Mike.
Fecal matter's on the floor. Fecal matter's on the floor. Fecal matter's on the floor. But it's okay, I am a horse. It's okay, I am a horse.
Thank you, Mike.
My fecal matter's on the floor. On the floor.
I love that one.
I do appreciate the conversation. FBA is foundational Black Americans, the descendants of American slaves.
Oh, okay, all right. All right, I get you. I know what that is. I always do bad with abbreviations, you know what I mean? Okay. The foundation of Black Americans. I wonder. I'm trying to remember the context of how you said it earlier about the FBA, though. Let me go back up to see your comment earlier. Mike, thank you so much, man, for dropping $20. That was really nice of you, bro. Thank you. If you guys want to donate, you can use Streamlabs pinned to the top of the chat. Feel free to use it if you'd like. But if not, Super Chats work too, like Mike just did. Yeah, I'm trying to find your comment earlier, Mike, because you said something about the FBA. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, I mean, Triple H's logo. It's Triple H's logo. Oh, okay. Oh, the white thing. I mean, so we're gonna get into like, I will look. Listen, Mike. I promise you, I will look into it. The what did you say? White Brothers, White Warriors, or something like that. I will look into it for sure. I'm gonna look into it and see what I see what I think. I will definitely look into it. I know that I listen to a lot of metal and stuff, right? Like I listen to everything, rap, whatever, mostly metal though, like rock, industrial, things like that. And I mean, I used to like wear some sweatshirts and stuff like that. And the background of some of like the logos and stuff is like Viking sometimes and things like that. And I'd have people say that, oh, that's like some kind of Nazi white racist thing or whatever. And I'm like, what? But I would look up the logo. I looked them up to see, like, is this really? And it's not, right? But people it looks scary because you're a white guy wearing it. I don't know. But like, and some of them did have some Viking stuff, but I'm like, yeah, that's what this is, like Norse and Viking and metal and stuff like that. So I don't know, like sometimes people would say that and I'd be like, yeah, but I'm not the band I listen to, like even the band they're not, I don't think they're racist. I'm looking into it, but I'm also looking into it and I see those things on other stuff. And I mean, like, I'm not racist. So, well, I mean, I'm not, I'm not like buying into some kind of weird backstage racism, but like, like even just metal bands, people would be like, oh, and it's like, well, that's just because you're thinking of like the neo-Nazi, which, the neo-Nazi white dudes at a hardcore show. I get that, right? It looks bad or looks like that, but it's not. And a lot of those guys are really nice people, but it's like biker gangs. Like bikers look like they're up to some of the bikers are the nicest people in the world, some bikers. But then there's also some biker gangs that are fucking crazy, so I don't know. And it's the same way white people sometimes look at black people and they see rappers, gangsters, and no, that's just a couple of dudes and their friends with listening to music and walking down the street. But, you think that culture is something that it's not. But there is symbolism and stuff that goes back in history and ties to certain things and whatever else, because I'm a bit of a conspiracy person, so I will look up that stuff and try to figure out what you're saying. And, I am open-minded as hell, I'll tell you what I initially think right now, which is that I don't think it's much anything yet, but that doesn't mean that I won't find out something. And maybe, people could be right about some things, but I don't think that's the case. But I understand where it's coming from, and maybe I'm ignorant to it. So, we'll take a look. Let's see what MVP said.
Triple H has denied that champions and are only there for his entertainment. He then went on to tell Booker to dance for his amusement and said that Booker had nappy hair. MVP replied to this fan comment with a 100% emoji, suggesting he agrees with accusations of Triple H being racist. Defenders of Triple H say that he wasn't referring to black people in his comments, but rather wrestlers like Booker, who had come from WCW. This doesn't really stand up under scrutiny though, as the 90s was rife with rampant casual racism, homophobia, and sexism. With Vince's recent and past controversies especially.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna, I guess I can't really hold what people said in the Attitude Era against them because they were all doing whatever they could say. Like you had wrestlers calling people neo-Nazis and whitey and stuff. Like Farouk called white wrestlers neo-Nazis and whitey and stuff like that. I don't think that Farouk or oh my God, why can I not think of people's real names right now? But I don't think he's a racist, or I don't think that was inappropriate. I thought that was an awesome, like, keeping it real, sort of shot at realism, back then. And yeah, and I think, DX did what they did with the Nation, and you could argue, though, that, like a female sex worker, like a female who's, like, you know what I mean? When there's, like, a woman in an office and some powerful boss is in charge, like Vince McMahon, and the woman has to do certain things because she's afraid of losing her job or whatever, you could make the argument that, DX was free to do all this crazy DX stuff and racism and stuff for fun and a comedy. And the Nation of Domination maybe didn't have really a way to answer that or to pivot because they had to be more careful. So you could sort of spin that into that realm if you wanted to, potentially, maybe having a point. I don't know. Although The Rock, but they even made it so that the Nation called out that stuff, that's what they were there to do. And The Rock made mention of it, and they even brought it up to Austin, and remember Austin said, like, it ain't a black thing, a white thing, it's a me kicking your ass thing, that sort of stuff. They went into that sort of whole racism stuff. But, I don't know, so the Attitude Era was a different time, and, I mean, it was a great time, but it was, they would say crazy stuff, so, like, to go back and say now...
New subscriber.
That...
You fucking mark!
That made them racist, Nephrim, thanks for subbing.
Especially around racism, it's not hard to assume that this is a storyline and promo that would have been okayed by the higher-ups. Whilst it's notable that Triple H technically is only a character, and he was just reading the promo he was given, it's undeniable that the real person behind the character should have stepped in and said that it was wrong to be saying these things about Booker. And now, in a comment underneath an article on this, Triple H cleared everything up. In his comment about it, he said, "There isn't a racist bone in my body." Triple H obviously feels ashamed about the past, but him leaving it in ambiguity doesn't clear things up as much as he is attempting to. Whilst he can deny he is racist, there are still many unanswered questions, especially about the Booker promo. Surely he will feel very ashamed of it, though. It seems like the reasons for him denying the Hurt Business reunion will stay between him and MVP, and fans will just have to wait and hope that there's a resolution to this conflict.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's you have to agree at the very least it's not concrete, right? Velveteen Dream, Velveteen Dream was, Triple H pushed Velveteen Dream. He loved Velveteen Dream. And then Velveteen Dream got canceled, and something about a little kid that was probably bullshit, maybe. We don't really know, but either way, we all agreed that bring Velveteen Dream back. I mean, unless he met up with a kid or sent a kid weird photos of himself or did something really sexually weird then, but I don't think that happened. I think he just had a conversation that was normal, but could be wrong. Someone, if they have the proof, let me know, but I'm pretty sure they never proved anything. Now, Enzo Amore also got fired for allegedly doing something with a woman. It turns out she lied. They never brought back Enzo Amore. And Enzo Amore was brought into WWE by Triple H. And then he got fired for something he didn't do, and he never got brought back. And that's similar to Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream and Enzo Amore got done dirty, bro. Both of those guys. Velveteen Dream, if you remember at the time, I was talking about this is like the new Hogan. This guy's going to go to the main roster. This guy could become the top star. He's like a Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man all rolled into one of charisma that's wild. This guy is something. And I was pissed when he got let go. And his stock dropped in the last 6 months. But Triple H, I mean, originally was pushing the guy to the moon. And maybe that's a pattern. I mean, that is a pattern where, like, Triple H allegedly seems to push these guys to the moon, and then they drop off. Keith Lee. Triple H booked Keith Lee the best of anybody. Triple H booked Keith Lee better than Tony Khan, better than Vince McMahon, and Keith Lee has not been the same ever since he left NXT. Went to the main roster. Didn't really listen to Vince. Or didn't really want to do that character, thought Vince was crazy. And because he didn't put anything into it, really, and Vince McMahon came up with a stupid idea for him, the character never worked, and then the guy went to AEW where, let's face it, Tony Khan didn't know what the hell to do with him, and then he got hurt from COVID and whatever else. King Mike's World is the top dono of the stream, so I'm going to put him up on the bottom here for you. There he is. Can anybody beat that? A little bit more from Luke here on this video. Hang on one second. Have you guys seen the LFG show that's out?
The top African-American female star besides Jade, I mean, I guess you could even say, even still with Jade included, is Bianca Belair, right? Like, wouldn't we agree with that?
Right.
Like, in terms of her status and, like, how she's booked and protected.
Yeah.
But she's been in a tag team division for, like, a year now, and she's been floating around, like, not even competing for the world title for a very long time. And it's like, she is, for, like, 2 years ago, she was being booked as Superwoman, as, like, fucking Wonder Woman or whatever, and now she's, like, I don't know, just competing for the tag team titles. It's a little weird. And then you go to the New Day. What are the New Day doing? Well, they just had the biggest fucking segment of their careers, probably, besides Kofi winning the title. And it was such a great promo with Big E. And that was after months and months of great, solid building and good promo work and good character work from Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. And then literally, ever since that promo on Raw, nothing has come of it. Like, they have just been treated like complete jokes. Like, the commentary laughs at them. Everybody hates them, which is stupid and doesn't make sense. Like, Dominic doesn't mess with them even. It's like, Dominic, you just betrayed your friends a few months ago. Like, what are you talking about, dude? You betrayed your girlfriend. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And it's just like, well, everybody hates them now. That's the gimmick, is that everybody hates them. And I'm like, it's nothing real. We were expecting some badass shit after the fucking New Day, like, turned heel. I was expecting some good promos. I was expecting them to come out and, like, immediately I was expecting them to win the tag team titles. Like, I mean, take Naomi. Like, now in wrestling, how sensitive a lot of the wrestlers are to that type of stuff. I really don't think that they would. I don't know. I just don't think that would be going on. But who knows? Maybe Triple H is, Triple K.
The guy called him Triple K. I was dying. All right, so there you have that. But we'll continue to investigate that and talk about that going forward. The New Day is ridiculous. So they finally, we've been talking about how the New Day needs to go crazy and stomp people out and be serious and nuts and crazy and whatever. And they finally sort of did it the other night, but they did it as the show ended off camera, and all that happened was like a separation beating that we saw to open the show with other people.
And and then you looked back, you might have. So we already talked about the stupid, egregious moment where they broke kayfabe and we're like, oh, they're just both dumb, stupid idiots. They're clowns. Like, turned heel. I was expecting some good promos. It wasn't like, oh,
I got to play this other clip of the other deal. I don't know. Fire wrestling you.
Why it's happening right now. Competing for the tag team titles. It's a gimmick. Is that stuff. Like, so say that they are wrong. That they are. They're clowns.
Yeah, they
Losers,
go right with the
fucking jokes.
It's the WWE video game kind of commentary. Although even, wow, I cut it off there. I didn't even mean to. I literally screwed up the video. I got to fix that because it's not even right. I'll play that in a second. I played the wrong clip. My bad. What the hell's wrong with me? Spectral Citizen became a member again. That's 47 months. 47 months in a row. Spectral Citizen. Is Triple H really to blame for the booking, or is he just the guy they blame? He's got a lot to do with it, but he's the head guy, essentially. You know, a lot of different people are helping writing and working on stories. You know, there's influence a little bit from TKO, a little bit. There's a little bit of influence from The Rock. But mostly Triple H is taking care of most of the booking. So, I mean, you remember when The Rock came back, you know, The Rock wanted to do something and Triple H said, okay. And then, you know, Triple H had it in his mind with Cody that Cody's going to win and it's going to be this big thing. But then The Rock and the Rock wanted to face Roman, and so The Rock came in like, I'm going to face Roman, and Triple H is like, oh, okay. Yeah, we kind of had this plan for Cody and Roman, but yeah, I mean, whatever you want to do, Rock. And then Cody's like, oh, okay. And then The Rock went out to execute that plan, and then people turned on it really quick. All the fans went crazy and flipped on The Rock and wanted Cody. And then The Rock was like, we got to do something different. Let's do what you wanted to do. Let's do the Cody thing. And then Triple H is on video saying like, yes, awesome. Like basically like The Rock said it without Triple H needing to say it. And so it sounded like the ball was in The Rock's court. And Triple H is off to the side like saying to Cody, yeah, we're going to have to wait because Rock wants to do this. So, you know, like it's sorry, Cody. And then The Rock was like, no, let's do that. And Triple H is like, exactly what I wanted to do. So that's great. So they both agreed on something naturally. So we really haven't seen that butting of heads that we know of in those situations yet. So that's fairly interesting as well. WWE is woke on Netflix. Well, I don't know, man. I mean, The Rock isn't that. Is The Rock really that woke? The Rock's not really like that. And by woke, we mean like crazy, like too far progressive. That's what woke now means. That it used to mean that you're awake and that you're like aware of the injustices and stuff like that. It doesn't really mean that anymore. It kind of means like you're crazy. It means that you're too far progressive, is what it means. It didn't used to mean that. That's why people all argue about what woke means. It used to mean like you're awake, you're aware to the things going on, the injustices, the conspiracies, you know, the way the world treats certain things and whatever else. And you know, I'm woke. You know, now that sort of means whether unfortunately or fortunately or whatever, it means that you're too far progressive, is what it means. That you're crazy. It basically means crazy now. It used to mean that. Now it means crazy. So if you want to say you're woke now, I would say you're progressive. So if you want to say that you're aware of injustices and things like that, I would just say that, you know, you're a progressive. Well, I'm very progressive because that's more like, you know, that's a good thing, or it's mostly a good thing to be progressive, I think. But to be woke is like you've gone fucking crazy. You know, you've gone too far. You know, you'll interrupt 100 people's you'll interrupt 100 people eating so that you can scream about some bullshit thing that you care about. You know, and that's when the needs of the many are when the needs of the few are outweighed by the needs of the many. You know what I mean? Like when you're like, I'm going to inconvenience tons of people because I feel special. Like you got a problem. It should be the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, not the needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many. So that's what that means. Well, no booze tonight, says Dork Knight. Yeah, man, we got no money except for King Mike's World. He dropped $20. Thank you to King Mike. He was dropping some interesting stuff on us earlier, so he's trying to indoctrinate me into my self-white hate or whatever. But I'll give you Keith Lee. All right, well, there you go. The problem is there's no strong black male representation. Every top black male star has to be sassy. That's fairly true. That's a trope that we know they fall into all too often, that they fall into, just shuck and jive. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're up there and dance. And it's like that's what Vince would do a lot of times. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue that there is a lack of this going on right now. But, did WWE really tweet out the game just changed because of... Oh, my God, bro. The game just changed because Ricky Starks got there? Oh, my God. The game just changed because Ricky Starks. Oh, man. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know if the game just changed because Ricky Starks is there, but I swear to God I've seen King Mike's videos before too, by the way. That's just sad, bro. The game just changed. I mean, I don't know about the game changing, but it's something. Hold on, I got to crap on this guy. It has been quiet tonight though. Get them likes up. What are the likes at? We're at 75 likes. Yeah, we need 100 likes. We're not even there yet. It's been rough tonight, man. It's been rough. This is a crazy week. The Pebble has arrived in NXT, baby. It's too bad The Rock wasn't there to roast him a couple weeks ago. I mean, Edge really crapped on Ricky Starks, bro. Dork is already relapsing before rehab. That's a good point. Well, Dork probably needs alcohol. Dork was probably hoping that we made like $500 on the show tonight. That way Dork could get a couple bucks from me and buy some alcohol. That's what he's hoping for. All right, let's go back to a little bit more of this guy's point.
Gone after WrestleMania. 2023 didn't do shit special, right? You had Bianca even coming out, oh, he's going to be champ, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's his wife. She's supposed to say shit like that. But anyway, It's just a fact. But fast forward, 2024, you had Elimination Chamber with the women. Tiffany Stratton showed her ass off, right? That was my first introduction to seeing Tiffany Stratton. I was impressed like that. Okay, she's dope. She's not just, this pretzy Paris Hilton type girl that don't do anything. I'm like, oh, she's right. Athletic. She is the championship.
We plan the spot all day. I want you to jam it in.
Oh my God. Well, that's not enough, Dork. I'm sorry. The Ghost from Dork's 20th wife. Oh my God.
Audio Jungle.
Yo Welsh, you DM me to ask me to be here and you no show. Faggot die.
Oh my God. The ghost from Dork's 20th wife. Wait a minute. Welsh just texted me a minute ago. Ghost, D. Welsh just texted me that Ricky Starks debuted 5 minutes ago on Twitter. So if he's ghosting you, he's talking to me right now in a DM. Holy shit, thank God. The ghost from the coast dropping a Hundy bomb. Oh my God, bro. Thank you, Ghost. We're on our way a little bit there. We're on our way a little bit. Thank you so much, Ghost. That is awesome, bro. He dropped a Hundy bomb. I got 3 days to make 400 now. Because the water bill rolled into the mortgage. And that sucks. I can't believe I'm short. Crazy. I've never been short. It's unbelievable. Life is falling apart, everybody. But the ghost from the coast made it better. All right, Ghosty. Ghosty boots off Mike King's King Mike's world. What is wrong? I'm having a stroke tonight. I can't speak. The ghost from Dork's 20th, what was it? 20th divorced wife. The ghost from Dork's 20th wife. That is hilarious. I bet you Dork ain't even here anymore. You guys think Dork is gone now? You think he made it? You think he's still here? I don't know. That is probably the top dono of the stream there. Look at that. It has been dead for donations tonight. Like, it has been dead quiet until that. Dork, you pussy. All right. Ghost from the coast. Thank you, man. Holy shit. What a bomb. What a bomb. Yeah! Sorry. Just lost my mind. I am so poor, but not anymore. Evening Joe, just finished my night shift and having a rum. Darrell. What's up, man? Daryl. Darnell. Daryl. It's my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl, and my other brother Daryl. Or whatever. How did that go? I don't know. Poor. Rest in peace, Bob. Okay, back to the video. Which I lost, so I got to pull it back up again real quick. Back to the video. Man, Ghost from the Coast, thank you so much, man. What would we do without Ghost from the Coast? Tonight would have been a complete, almost failure without Ghost from the Coast. I probably would have hung myself in the bathroom. Let's see. Back to the video.
Sheik is Money in the Bank. Didn't Montez Ford show his ass off a year prior and don't even get a chance to fail? Huh. And I know why he pushed Tiffany Stratton. Very simple. She's most guys' wet dream. Most guys love a blonde-haired, dizzy bitch. So, yeah, as a female, she has sex appeal too. I get it. But
yeah, but you know what I don't get about this commentary that he's making? You know, Bianca Belair was good in NXT. And once again, you can go back and listen to me talk about Bianca Belair the first weeks and when she was in the tournament of the Mae Young tournament and stuff, and I was praising her that I thought she'd be great on the main roster. You can find the videos of me talking about it. And then she came up on the main roster, and then she did some good stuff, and they pushed her right away. She won championships right away. Main events, WrestleMania, all that stuff, like 2 years. And now they're pushing Tiffany Stratton. So I guess I don't get that part, because Tiffany Stratton had a very similar trajectory that Bianca Belair did, I think. And maybe she did it a little faster, but I mean, Bianca was impressive. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong, but we'd have to get the numbers to compare this. But aren't they kind of similar? Montez Ford is different. I get that. But also the men's competition is way stiffer. The women have there's more of room to come up and do things, And Bianca Belair was on top for a year and a half. I don't know though. I get it, but
Montez Ford showed some single prowess. Like, he showed something about him because everybody was talking. And it's funny. Don't see her act like Triple H don't listen to the internet. Because explain the Motor City Machine Guns. He was catering to hardcores when he brought in the Motor City Machine Guns. Little too late, but you brought in the Motor City Machine Guns and thought, oh, they're a big enough team to be tag team champions in 2 weeks.
I think it's the opposite. I think that they felt that the Motor City Machine Guns needed the championships. I think the Motor City Machine Guns got less of a reaction that they were hoping for. And so I think they put the belts on the Motor City Machine Guns to show these guys are big. These guys are good. These guys are veterans. So I think the belts were put on the Motor City Machine Guns because for the people that don't know who they are, they needed to solidify them as, these guys are top talent. Trust me, watch this. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas, but you could make the argument that why are these other guys not getting these shots instead of bringing in a team out of nowhere and then they win the belts? I agree with that argument. You want to make that argument, that's fine. But I think the Motor City Machine Guns got the belts, not because, wow, they got them so quick because that's how good they are or whatever. Well, no, it was yes, that is true, but that's because they really felt they had to show that to the crowd. Like, they couldn't wait for the Motor City Machine Guns to, build up and then have a win. They were like, no, we got to get right to showing these guys are that good. Give them the belts right away. Sometimes you do that, not all the time, but sometimes you do that. This was one of those times. So, whether you agree with that or not, understandable either way. But I think that's the logic behind the Motor City Machine Guns. I know it sounds like I'm probably making excuses all the time, but I can see from if your perspective is maybe there's something going on here racist wise. Oh, these couple of white dudes from TNA just here's the belts. But I think that their reputation precedes them. It's not like they brought up two young white guys who didn't need to be in NXT and they just win the belts. It's like they would have gone to NXT and they would have had to work hard. You talk about the War Raiders. The War Raiders, one of the War Raiders is 45 years old. The guy helped train me over 15 years ago. He's been a trainer and a local indie wrestler for 20 years, 20-something years. And he got signed by the WWE 5 years ago. And when that happened, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, my God. He was I think he got signed when he was 37 or 38. Do you know what I mean? Montez Ford and them, they're young guys, 24, 25, 26, something like that. The War Raiders got signed when they're damn near 40, So there's a little bit of a knowledge of these guys have been doing it forever. They're getting towards the end of their physical capabilities and we're just signing them, So, and then they went to NXT for a while and then got called up. And they just won recently, right? The tag belts. Is that the first time the War Raiders won? I don't even know. But so I think it depends on the wrestlers. I think Carmelo Hayes and Montez Ford and them are suffering from the fact that they're young guys who came in as rookies and worked their way up from NXT, whereas all these other guys are grizzled veterans of the indies who came into the company when they're in their later stages of their life with some knowledge of who they are. Triple H has known who the War Raiders are for God, he's known who they are for like 15, 18 years. And they've only been in the WWE 5 years. Triple H has known the Motor City Machine Guns for years as well. You know, and Montez Ford and them, they homegrowned them. But you would think maybe there would be, for homegrown, you would push your homegrown guys, you know, even more. But, I mean, they're all homegrown, really, but you know what I'm saying. But, yeah, no, it's an interesting point, for sure.
Didn't have them on the roll. Didn't have them beating teams. Didn't have them building stock. Didn't even have them really even introduce themselves. They won tag team titles in 2 fucking weeks like they're the Hardys. Y'all remember when the Hardys came back at WrestleMania 33? Don't that make sense compared to the Motor City Machine Guns? Yeah.
They literally thought the Motor City Machine Guns were too weak, like with the crowd. Like the fans don't get it. And we're valuing them a lot. And how do we make people see that, no, these guys are like a top talent? Because they want to use the Motor City Machine Guns to help elevate other talent. So the way they think to do it is, okay, a lot of the crowd knows who they are. They're veterans. They know that. The rest of the crowd doesn't know that, but we're going to put the belts on them right away. Now they're champions. And at some point, I would think the Motor City Machine Guns are going to like put over somebody with those tag belts. And that's what they're there to do, is be this veteran talent that can help the younger guys out. And so I think that in order to establish them to do that, they got to put the belts on them right away. That would be my argument for this. Now, how will this pan out? Write it down today. Joe Cronin says this about them. Now, are they going to put over like Montez, you know, a tag team, another tag team, the Street Profits or somebody else? And then you can say, oh, yeah, that's what they did. That's what it was. Or are they going to really run these guys like they're top guys, top stars, and that's it? And then you would know, oh, shit, they weren't really here to, like, help build other talent. They were here to be the guys. Like, so, okay, now there's something to this theory. Like, what the fuck? But then a lot of people would argue that these guys worked years to get there. But, I mean, I don't know. But we'll see which one of those things plays out.
And I'm a Motor City Machine Gun Mark. Don't get me wrong. I fucks with the Motor City. Motor City.
Right.
I fucks with them. But I was happy when they took on the tag titles. I was really shocked. I thought for sure, like, oh, the Motor City going to be jobbing in no time.
Right.
Right? That's what I really thought. But you just go there on a red carpet and hear the Street Profits been here forever? I don't know.
It's weird. I get it. I get it.
How long does Bianca got to babysit? Now, I'm going to say this, though. This shows the testament of Bianca that she can be good anywhere on a card. Anywhere on a card, she can hold it down.
I agree. She probably
if
can.
I'm lying, the white tag team titles, the women's tag team titles only mean anything if they're around her. If I'm lying. And so it's like, but okay, can she get some reward for showing how good of a foot soldier she's been? All 2024, she's been holding up Jade Cargill and Naomi. Because without Bianca, especially Naomi, she's irrelevant. And I love Naomi, but it's just a fact. Jade Cargill, somewhat. Because she does have just this eroticness about her you can't ignore.
Yeah, that's true.
Bianca's guidance still is going to give her the look. Bianca's still one of the faces of the company. And if you don't believe me, then why does she have a deluxe version with her and Rhea Ripley on 2K24? Yeah, she's still one of the faces of the company.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm telling you, they love Jade Cargill, and she's coming back. She's injured. She's gonna come back, and it's gonna be a big thing. I believe. You never answered my DM. Let me plow your girl's fart box while you watch in the corner. Damn. I don't know who Ghost is talking to, but the Ghost from the coast is the top dog. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Ghost from Dork's 20th wife, dropping the $100 bomb on the show. That's right. Sammy Bear, what's up, bro? And we'll figure out what else there is too. There's a lot of things in this that we can break apart, and we'll continue to do it. I'll do it all night. King Mike's World says Vince was booking when Bianca first came up. Oh. But is Vince McMahon racist? Because people always say Vince is racist. But, I mean, like, you know, they really pushed Bianca Belair. I loved Bianca Belair. God, I love Bianca and Jade. See, if you were to ask me who are the best wrestlers right now, or the best, like, black wrestlers, like, if you want to break, I don't like talking about race, really, like, breaking it down for race. Like, it's stupid. It's, like, and to say I don't see color, everybody sees color. You know, we all see our colors. But, like, yeah. I mean, I don't pick people based on color normally, but we all do. It's just a natural fact that our brains are tribalistic, and you relate to people a lot of times who look more like you. You know what I mean? Even when I was dating a black girl years and years ago, hooking up with her recently and dating her for a little short, really quickly period of time, and her father was kind of racist to me. Like, he was like, "You fucking bring the white boy around. What the fuck are you doing?" You know, that sort of thing. And that would be seen as pretty racist. But I never cried about that and said, "Oh, man, your dad's racist." I laughed about it and said, "Your dad's racist," and I laughed. But I didn't mean it. I get her dad. I understand. It was shocking for her to bring home a white guy. I get that. I didn't know that. I didn't know I was walking into something like that. But his whole family line, no one had ever dated a white person. And she's dating me. It's not like he said, "Get out of my house, you white fuckhead," and slammed the door on my face. He didn't do that. He just kind of was like, "What the fuck? You bring a white boy? What the fuck?" But after after a few times of going over there and stuff, and even when we weren't dating anymore but just hanging out, I hung out with her dad, and the guy was funny as fuck. He was like 9 years older than me. He was like 40. He was like 38. And I was like 16 or 18 or something. No, I was 18. No, I was 21. He was probably like 39, 40. But anyway, yeah, I didn't really think the guy was actually racist. Like, I understood, like, you know, what he was like, "What the fuck?" He was shocked. Just because he was being a little weirdly, you know, I mean, technically you would say it's racist. Like, if a white guy said, "You bring home this black motherfucker," like, it would be whole, whatever. But I just didn't see it like that. I understood. Like, no, the guy has some biases in his mind about who his daughter should be dating, and he's fucking shocked, and I understand that. You know? So, like, not a big deal to me. He's not really if he was like, "You will not date a white fucking person," or if he said to me, like, "Get out of here, I'll kill you," or something, "You white prick," okay, then I would think, wow, this guy is like a straight up racist. He was just sort of like, you know, dropping his ignorance is all. Which, that went away after, like I said, a few days. He was just kind of joking around, too, in my opinion. He was, like, shocked and kidding around. But serious. I give him the benefit of the doubt. Is Apollo Crews still in the company? Yeah, yeah, B-Fab is just about, she's got a cool name and look and whatever. She doesn't do anything. She's not that good. So B-Fab is whatever. Big E's injured. Booker T's retired. Brian Saxon is a commentator. Carmelo Hayes, you know, gets some love a little bit, but, you know, he's on the bottom of the deal right now because he's new, I think. I think that's why, but maybe there's more to that I don't know about. I mean, the NXT champion, isn't he black? The NXT champion is black. Getting his... But I guess you would say that's not Triple H, though. That's Shawn Michaels booking that. Right? So, I guess, like... But, I mean... But, you know, I know that Triple H booked Keith Lee, and we agreed that that was a good push for Triple H for a black wrestler. Probably the biggest black wrestler that had been pushed by him is Keith Lee, probably. Carmelo Hayes is a Shawn Michaels guy. This guy's a Shawn Michaels guy. So, it's just not a lot of, there's not a lot of, it felt like there was more because at one point you had Bianca Belair, you had Jade Cargill showing up, you had Naomi back, so for one point you felt like there was more talent up, black talent. Jakara Jackson, I think, is NXT. Javon Evans, when he might come up at some point. So you can see how NXT is, NXT is pretty diverse and pretty mixed up right now. Like, it's a pretty open, diverse group in NXT right now, if you're thinking that way. But the main roster is pretty white. Where's Kayden Carter? Is she still in NXT too, or has she not come up yet? She's still in NXT? Obviously you got the New Day. Yeah, it's a little it's a little thin. Montez Ford should, he's totally doing the Ric Flair thing in the photo. Look at that. Montez Ford should definitely be going into this character or some kind of a character thing, though. They just take the Velveteen Dreams character. Yeah, it's a little light. Obafemi is the champion in NXT. Amos is still listed on the roster. We don't see him anymore. R-Truth is... Where has he been? R-Truth's still on the roster. He still shows up in the back and does funny stuff. Where's Bobby Roode in R-Truth? Whatever happened to Bobby Roode? What does he do? How come Bobby Roode is still on the roster, but he's never there? Is he, broken? Does anybody know where Bobby Roode is? Shane McMahon is listed on the roster. That's weird. Shane McMahon is listed. Tavian Heights, NXT. Titus O'Neil, you don't see much from him. He's really just like a spokesperson for the company at this point. Trick Williams, NXT. Yeah, NXT has a lot. There's a lot of black wrestlers in NXT coming up. Wes Lee. Yeah, but on the main roster, you're right. It is lacking on the main roster. A little bit. I would say you're missing 3, 4, 5 more guys, black guys maybe. If you wanted to be nitpicky about people's race and stuff and whatever. But, it's hard to say. Maybe if they don't see talent in people, they won't bring them up. But at the same time, there's a discrepancy for sure. You can see it. So I won't argue with you on that. There's a lacking a little bit. We're trying to figure it out, solve this. I'm trying to go through this with a brain and see what everybody's saying, and see if I can see something I didn't understand or I don't, that I didn't know. I'm trying to see the point of view that why people would be calling Triple H these things. So I get it. What up? D. Welsh is here to fight with the big one, Dork Knight, and Ghost from the Coast. Ghost from the Coast is going after Welsh to drop bombs. I think Welsh bought a baby, and it's too much for him. That's not as valuable, So the Bully Ray is the biggest piece of shit person ever, or he's just...
Hey, don't disrespect. I'm like, dude, take her.
Oh, here it is.
Why isn't there one commentator to be like, well, you know what? You can say all you want about the New Day. You can disagree with everything they say. They, in their minds, believe they're right. And they're, 12, 13-time tag team champions? Who the hell are you to say that they are wrong? There's no banter like that at all. It's just, they're just dumb, stupid idiots. You're right. They are. They're clowns.
Yeah, they
Losers,
go right with the
fucking jokes.
It's the WWE video game kind of commentary. Although even in some of the video games, there's a heel or a different take, but it's just very robotic. Of like you expect exactly what they're gonna do.
Well, yeah. I wouldn't even say it's robotic. It's just I don't think it at some points it is robotic. But in other points, it's like they're not even taking what they're watching seriously, and they're just goofing on it. And if I'm a wrestler, I'm getting pissed off at that. Like, stop laughing at my fucking promo, you jackass.
Well,
like,
I mean, they're telling
you. Know
you
what I mean?
They're pulling back the curtain of everything. I mean, speaking of pulling back the curtain, LFG, this new reality show on A&E with Bully Ray, Bubba Ray, the guy who once intimidated me, The Undertaker, and a bunch of other Booker T, and it looks kind of funny, to be honest. They talked about it earlier. Is that something you're going to watch? Because, like, dude, some of the stuff with Bully Ray and Undertaker is funny as shit. I don't know if you saw the clips I've been putting up, but...
I've seen them drinking. But I also... Was that the clip where... And this might be a different show, but I did see a clip of Bully Ray just being a douchebag to some new guy. They're like...
Yes.
Shaking hands with the new guys, and then Bully Ray goes, "I don't shake hands until you earn my respect." And it's just like, shut the fuck up, dude. I know you don't care, Joe, but like, he's just an asshole. Everybody's told stories about how he's just an asshole.
Yeah.
He constantly makes people's lives a living hell, and he sucks up to the Undertaker. And the Undertaker literally had to be like, "Hey, don't disrespect." I'm like, dude, Taker, I get it. He's your buddy. He's just fucking being gay, bro. I hate that shit. I was.
Well, I thought Bully Ray was actually he took it pretty easy on that guy in that clip, and Undertaker almost called him back. Like, wait a minute, because usually Bubba's the one that would not. I'm surprised he let that guy get away with what he did. He's softening up.
You know what? You know why? Because I think because there was other people in there that were like, you know, you had Mickey James there and Booker T. And the Undertaker too. He can't just be a straight up asshole because he's a suck up. He'll be an asshole behind your back.
Yeah, maybe you might be right.
Or he'll be an asshole to you. He'll be an asshole to you because you're a little commentator, and it's like, well, you know, we're one of the boys, you know.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
You know, he's just a fucking douche. But
well,
anyway,
I mean, when he yelled at me
those clips of him drinking funny.
When he got in my face at the wrestling show, I mean, Velvet Sky had a look almost like, Jesus, we're gonna do this to this kid. But also, I mean, he could have brought me out in front of all the boys and destroyed me or embarrassed me or did something terrible, and he didn't do that. I mean, I give him some credit for that, but at the same time,
that's not anything.
Why is he so serious? Why so serious about a stupid little skinny guy like me?
It's like saying the guy that bullied you and wedgied you in high school. Well, he could have taken me to his friends, and they could have all butt fucked me in the alleyway, and they didn't. Yeah. I give him props for that.
Well,
I give him props because he could have done that.
I mean, listen, there's a part of me that thinks either Bully Ray is the biggest piece of shit person ever, or he's just kind of, you know, he's a rough dude, and but he's reasonable. Here's the thing. If I'm that guy, if I have Bully Ray, Bubba Ray Dudley as my manager guy or my mentor or whatever you want to call it, the fact that he said, I'll shake your hand, you know what I mean, that sort of thing, I would be busting my ass more than even you could imaginable. Because my goal would not only be to kick ass and do what I want to do and win this friggin' thing and go all the way, because if I do that, I know I'm going to shake the guy's hand at the end then. And then that payoff of shaking his hand on somebody who is doubtful of you, demanded full-on respect of you, maybe unreasonable respect of you even, and somebody who puts that much crap on you and then you get to shake his hand at the end, that becomes very valuable. Somebody else who's like, good job, you know, we'll see what you do, you know, that's not as valuable, you know. So that's the one good thing that comes from Bully Bubba Ray Dudley's, you know.
Yeah, I understand that the wrestling locker room too is different, you know, like the Undertaker was basically the godfather, well, besides the actual godfather, but he was like, you know, the boss, you know, and so I understand that things are now like different. And so some of the newer guys do come in with this like what is it?
It's weird. Some of the new guys,
non-appropriate wrestling locker room etiquette. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot,
really
dude. Even 15, 20 years ago in Tough Enough stuff, there were some people that came in, they were clueless about what really wrestling is. But now it seems like the people coming in, they're not clueless about what wrestling is. They totally get it, but they're pricks because they're spoiled like YouTube tards. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Yeah, that's like, it's me if I get on the show.
Right.
I don't know why they don't just call it Tough Enough again, but whatever. It's really stupid. They got to rebrand everything. It's like making grounds of Battle of Grounds.
It's like a mix of Tough Enough and the Battlegrounds or whatever that show was from NXT. It was a great show 10 years ago, whatever that Breaking Ground or something. I don't remember what it was. But it's like a mix of those. It's funny, though, that Taker thinks he was like, this is the first really pulling back the curtain. And like, no, we've seen plenty of this stuff. I mean, maybe it's going to be something more than it just looks entertaining. I don't know. It looks good. But, bro, Taker's laugh is contagious. I don't know if you heard Taker laughing on all these clips I've been putting up. He's killing me.
Yeah, well, I heard him laughing on Hogan the most, and that shit was hilarious. To literally say, for Hogan to say, well, the last time I was in L.A., brother, I was a heel, and but I think politics also played a good part of it too. and that other thing.
Yeah, the other thing, and they didn't. Pat McAfee ordered some other things. He goes, yeah, and then he laughed like a weirdo. He's like,
dude, I felt so happy for Undertaker because he's always carried that grudge from all those years ago.
Yeah,
and it was really cool about him is that he literally confronted Hogan too. Like, it wasn't like, oh, he finds out Hogan did this and Hogan never got confronted on it. Like, Taker went to him and then Hulk Hogan started like bullshitting him. Like, no, bro. Yeah. The fact that Hogan was really like, oh, call my wife, call my kid.
Don't you question now? Now I really question if Macho Man and Hogan really ever made up, because the only one that witnessed that or that says that happened is Hulk Hogan. So if Macho Man dies, God, you almost think Hulk Hogan just came out and said, well, luckily we made up before he died. Meanwhile, the last time they talked, Macho Man was like, you fucking piece of shit narcissist. Like, I hope
get the fuck out of my house. Fuck you.
Yeah. I mean,
I think what you said a few days ago about Hogan probably having like, I don't know, like brain damage or something, or autism, and that's why he can't remember like certain things, because like it is such chronic lying, and for you to be in the public eye for so long, you should know by now that all these lies are going to come back at you. So.
Yeah, he might believe him. Is my point. Is I think
type of special.
He might think this is real. Like, he might think this is the truth. He's some like not narcissism, but a sociopath.
Egocentrism, maybe.
It's sociopathic behavior. Okay.
I gotta get off because my break is over. But this has been cool. Him, because I guess he killed like an innocent black person who was also not innocent because they were like a serial killer or something. I don't know. Anyway, they all start
black,
chanting.
Though, so,
they all start chanting Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, and then one of the superheroes goes, "No, all lives matter, all lives matter, all lives matter." And it's like I thought I was watching a parody of I was like, this isn't real, is it?
Yeah.
No, this is real. And then like the people will be like, this is so insane. The parallels of our society with this show are starting to become way too similar. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up, bro. This show is not that serious. I get so annoyed when I see stuff like that. Like, you see those comments that are there to garner likes. Or they're like, man, it's crazy that the GTA satire, it's crazy that South Park satire is now just becoming real life. It's like, it's not true. All right.
Well, no, South Park is the one that satirizes more the real life. Like, so, well, I don't know.
But even then, it's like, I don't know. I can't stand like fan bases when they overhype something, or like the social commentary is so hitting, and then you watch it, it's like, oh, yeah, Homelander drinks poopy cum poop. Like,
what the
that's
hell?
That's what that show is. That's what that show is to me. Like, when people describe it, oh, dude, that scene when dude, the butcher, he drinks poopy and he eats the cum. Oh man, that's my favorite. Especially when that guy gets fucked. He gets fucked right in the. It's like, why is this? I don't know. Like, isn't this supposed to be a superhero show? Why is there so much like cum eating and raping? And then also,
because the woke people make it. The Satan woke people make it. That's why.
Well, it's funny. I was reading an interview, and the interview's like, So you have a pretty graphic scene of a male character getting raped, and you play it up for a laugh. It's kind of weird because that character is a good person and just had like a traumatic experience an episode prior, and you have them get basically raped by Batman or one of his childhood friends. And the guy, our childhood heroes, and the guy goes, well, that's a pretty dark way to say it. The guy who's the head writer of the show, he's like, that's a pretty dark way to look at it. We thought it was hilarious, and we wanted to really play on the neo-fascist type themes that Batman has, and of course, you know, Batman and Robin and all their weird stuff. And then he goes on to be like, and you know, then we were like, oh, he's gonna have like his own Bat Cave, but you know, obviously it's gonna be like a sex dungeon cave because you know that's basically what the Bat Cave is. Right. And we just couldn't resist it. Like this interview, if you look this up, like it's one of it's literally everything that you hate hearing from like Redditors. and then like this guy is writing a show. This guy is head of like creative in terms of the show that like everybody fucking talks about all the time. Homelander, this, Homelander, that. And then you watch it, it's just written by some dumb Redditor. I don't know. I was laughing at it earlier just because like when he was like, oh yeah, and Batman, obviously the neo-fascist who beats up poor people. I'm like, how many times do I have to hear Batman described by like a complete idiot that never once read Batman or watched any Batman and just goes, he beats up poor people? Like, first of all, you're writing for a comic book show, regardless if it's a satire and other comic books. You should at least know the character of Batman if you're going to write for that fucking show. Batman, within the first year or two of his career, in most stories that he's in the first year or two of his career, he takes down the mob that controls the city and all the corrupt cops and stuff. He goes after them. That's where he starts his crusade.
Right.
This whole notion that Batman goes after poor people, like when? And if he does, it's when they're murdering other poor people.
Right. He literally goes after rich, all the way from poor to rich criminals. It doesn't matter what they are.
I don't care what you are, rich or poor.
Very interesting stuff from Luke. You can hear the whole podcast up on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Yeah. Thank you to Luke for coming and chatting with me for 30 minutes. Earlier today, Luke did that with me, so much appreciated. We talked about a lot of stuff. This time, Luke did not say the N-word 50 times, so that was nice of him to not say the N-word 50 times on the show. That's great. Appreciate that, Luke. much appreciated. That being said, let's continue. Ricky Starks tonight on NXT. A lot of people said they thought it was all right. You know, I don't see anybody really like burying it or going crazy or anything like that. You know, feel free to come on, don't come on. It is whatever. Back to the Triple H stuff.
So, but, okay, she's a top girl, though.
Oh, get on top of me, baby. Jade, Cargill, Bianca, Belair, get on top of me. Love them. Jade Cargill, I want her to break my body into pieces. I've never wanted that to happen to me ever. Never thought about that. That's the first woman that I'm like, I'll be the beta. Just break me and punch me and step on my fucking neck and break me. It's weird. What's wrong with me? There's something wrong with me.
It's clear as day. You can't hold her down too long. She's still getting somewhat the best reactions out of all the women. Okay, move her back to the top. That's where she belongs. Not really tripping too hard on Bianca Belair, though. Not much, but I'm like, okay, she better not go a whole nother year babysitting, bro.
No, I don't think so.
Stop that. Get some help. But anyway, then let's think of some more just weird, probably coincidences.
I mean, you got to give this guy a lot of credit because he's just bringing it up and he's like, well, what about this? And he is saying, like, you know, coincidences, I think, but maybe it's not, and I don't think it is, and something's up. So, I mean, he's leaving it open, which is I appreciate because I'm like that too. I leave it open like anything's really possible, but I want to believe this guy isn't really like that, and he's just booking the way he really feels he should book without necessarily his tribal biases, booking for him. And there's a real reason why this stuff's happening, and we're all just being too sensitive about it, and it's not that big a deal. I would argue that the amount of talent on the roster is where you should look, because there's not a lot of black talent on the main roster. So, if you have 60 people to choose from and 6 of them are black, the odds are that it's going to be a white person or a Samoan that's on top. You know what I mean? And I don't know the numbers, but I'm pretty sure it's like there's like 6 or 8 black people on the main roster, and there's 80 other people. Like there's 9 Samoans, 10 Hispanic people. There's 60 white people, and there's 8 black people maybe. I'm just trying to think by color. So if you do the math, it's it's going to be just do the math. I wonder if Grok can tell me. Does Grok know race? Let's see if it knows. Yeah, it doesn't know. It says not detailed. It says not detailed. Without racial breakdowns, if we make an educated guess. But you could do the breakdown. We could do the breakdown right now. You want to be this fucking weird, guys? You want to be weird as fuck and literally try to do the breakdown right now? Let's do it. Fuck it. We'll go white, black, other. Okay. All right, ready? Here we go. And we can't count the no NXT. We're going main roster only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is Valkyria? Someone in the chat, what's Valkyria? I don't know what she is. What's Valkyria? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Japanese. What's Valkyria? Is she white? Let me know. I don't know. I think she's white, but 1, 2, 3, white. 1, 2, 3. Hispanic, that's other. 2 white guys right there. 2 black women. 1, 2. There's your first 2 black. Okay, NXT. We can't count that. We can count Adam Pearce. He's not a wrestler, so we're not going to count him. Adriana Rizzo. That's not white. That's other. Although on the census it counts as white. AJ Styles. Tozawa is other. Alicia Taylor's not a wrestler. Alexa Bliss. Alex Shelley. Alba Fry. She's a NXT person. So there's 2 white. The Rock is a mix. We can count The Rock as black, I guess. Black and Samoan. So I'm going to count The Rock. But that's kind of ridiculous. Andrade is other. Andre Chase. Didn't they just fire Andre Chase? He's an NXT guy. Angelo Dawkins, black. Apollo Crews, you never see him, but, I mean, technically he counts. Ariana Grace, that's other. She a main roster person? Asuka, other. Ava's on NXT. Austin Theory. White Guy Jobber. B-Fab, I guess, counts. Axiom, that's NXT or whatever. Bailey, Becky Lynch, those are two white. Oh, no, Bailey's Hispanic, kind of. Bianca Belair, there's black. Humberto is still on the roster. We got him. Blair Davenport's NXT, I believe. Booker T, Big E, he's not even really wrestling, but he's not really. We're not going to count Big E because he's not really wrestling. Braun Strowman, Braun Breaker. We got Braun Breaker already. Lesnar's on there. These are NXT guys. Bronson Reed is other. Candice LeRae. We already got her. Carly Bright is NXT. Carlito's on the main roster. Other. Carmella is white, essentially, I believe. Carmelo Hayes is black. Chad Gable is white. We're going through it. Charlotte Flair and Chelsea Green. We got Chelsea Green already, but we'll get Charlotte. CM Punk. Chris Sabin. We got Cody already. Is Cora Jade? I don't know what Cora Jade is, but Corey Graves don't count. Priest is other. Dakota Kai. Cruz Del Toro. He's NXT, right? Somebody let me know if Cruz Del Toro's... Oh, Davenport's released? Okay. Blair Davenport's... Why are they still on the roster? There's a bunch of people still on this roster that aren't here. I'm confused. Dominic is other. Dexter Loomis is never seen but white. Drew McIntyre, we got Dragon Lee already. Braun Breaker, we got him. Idris Enough or whatever. Cody's black, you're right. Cody is a black guy. Elton Price or whatever. The War Raiders. Ethan Page is NXT. Eric Rowan. Finn Balor. How could I forget Finn Balor? Grayson Waller. We got Gunther already. Got the War Raiders. Dragunov is injured. Ivy Nile is white. Io Sky is other. Jacob Fatu is other. Jade Cargill is black. Jada Parker's in NXT. The rest of these people are NXT people. JD McDonough's on the main roster. He's injured, but he's on there. The rest of these people aren't. Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso are other. Joe Gacy counts. He's white. John Cena technically is back, so he counts. Already got Gargano. Jordan Grace is Jordan Grace on the main roster? No, she's in NXT, right? Somebody let me know if Jordan Grace is. I think she's NXT, but I forget what they did with her. Kairi Sane is other. Karrion Kross is white. Already got Chelsea. These people are NXT. Cora Jade is just under tanned. All right, Kofi Kingston and Xavier. LA Knight, white. Oh, yeah, Logan Paul, white. Liv Morgan, white. Ludwig Kaiser, white. Maurice is on here. I'm not going to count her. We don't see her ever. Natalia is technically still here. Naomi is black. We can put Naomi down. Nia Jax. Nia Jax is... We'll put as other, or I don't know. She's a mix, I think. I forget what her background really is. It's Samoan and might be, I don't know. Nikki Cross, white. Otis, white. Almost counts, I guess. We never see him at all, but a few of those on here. Penta goes other. We got the Usos already. Piper Niven. Pete Dunne. Randy Orton. R-Truth, we don't see him much, but he's black. Seth Rollins, how could we forget Seth? We know he's white. Rey Mysterio, I don't know if we got Rey. I don't think we did. He's other. Rhea Ripley, white. Roman Reigns is other. Bobby Roode is on here, but I never see him anywhere. I'm not even going to count him, but I feel like we could. Sami Zayn is technically white. Shane McMahon, I'm not going to count. We got Seth. We'll count Sheamus. I mean, Sheamus we should count twice, to be honest, because he's like double white. Candice LeRae. Solo Sikoa is other. Tamatanga is other, I believe. If I'm getting any of this wrong and it's insulting, I apologize. I don't ever often sit here looking at people's races. The Miz is white. I mean, listen, it's important. It's to be colorblind is stupid because then you can't spot if something's wrong. But to be super color aware is crazy too, Don't turn a blind eye, but don't be obsessed with it either. That's what everybody, I would hope, would try to do, really. Valhalla, we know she is white. We know Uncle Howdy is white. We know Drew McIntyre is white. Triple H isn't wrestling. Not going to count him. Xavier Woods, we already got him. Zelina Vega is hot but other. And that's it. We did it. We did it, guys. We might be missing 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever, but we did it. We got the totals. Here they are. So if we're complaining about race in WWE, of course we are, because if you're complaining about race, of course you are, because look, of course there's going to be more white champions because there's more white wrestlers than there are combined, black and other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 45, 56, 57, 58, 59. 59. I said 60. Do you guys remember that? I said 60, right? I guessed 60. My numbers were fucking spot on. I guessed 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 black wrestlers. There are more others than black wrestlers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27. There are 27 other and 14 black. So that's 41 combined black and other. And 58 is actually the number of the white. It's not 60, it's 58. 58. So even if you combine all the Samoans and Hispanic, it's 41 to 58. More than half of the roster is white. So statistics-wise, you're going to see more white champions and more white main eventers because statistically they are the majority of the wrestlers. So, and then when you think about the fact that years ago, there were way less black and Hispanic and other wrestlers way back when. Like, right, I'm talking about 1998 to 2012, there was way less. So all those legends and bigger stars back then, like 85% of the roster is white. So you're going to that's why like John Cena's back the way he is, and that's why Randy Orton, and there's so many prominent guys like that. But Booker T is one of the rare black top guys. He's retired. So, you know what I'm saying? So like you can see how the numbers would break down. If you break down the numbers and you roll the dice on who's, you know, if you had all these wrestlers thrown into a hat and we rolled a dice, you know what I mean? Most likely we're going to come out with like, you know, 55 white guys and like, you know, 7 black guys and then maybe like 10, you know, other, right? Or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, so when you look at it, there's the numbers. So when you're thinking about why aren't these people being pushed, I mean, you're asking WWE, you're thinking that the WWE should be pushing the minority. You know what I mean? So the real question, the real thing you should be complaining about or questioning is not why aren't all the 14 black wrestlers being pushed. What you really should be thinking about is, well, why are there only 14 versus 58 or 27? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Because, you know, other people are just going to constantly take priority because we've seen every wrestler like be pushed and pulled back, go into slumps, be not used right for a while, then come back and then be champion and then whatever. We've seen it with a lot of different people. So you're seeing it with people now. But I don't know. I'm not telling you anything directly myself of what I think about this or not. I'm just saying these are the numbers. What do you think? But you're right. Mike's World does bring up a good point of, well, but why when one breaks through, don't they get pushed? I mean, do you think that Bianca Belair was pushed? Because I think she was. In fact, at one point I started saying I was getting kind of sick of her. I don't know if you remember that. I am the one that was screaming, put Bianca Belair on the main roster. I said that in her early NXT days, going back to the Mae Young Classic. And you can find me on video saying this. This is not something crazy. Go back and find my videos on Bianca Belair when I used to review NXT all the time. I was raging about Bianca Belair. In fact, people were burying her. People were calling the show, my show here, and they were like, she's not that good in NXT. Like, I don't know why they're going to whatever. And I said, yeah, I agree that Bianca Belair right now doesn't wrestle like, you know, Asuka and some of these other girls doing crazy flips and crazy things and whatever else. And at the time, Bianca wasn't. Bianca was wrestling much more reserved. But I said, but she wrestles a really good main roster style. Like, she's so good for the main roster. She could wrestle on the main roster right now. Like, she wrestles like a WWE person, not like an NXT person, not like an independent person. She really wrestles like a big-time WWE star, like with a certain way of whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Bianca Belair, but then Bianca Belair added shit to her wrestling ability that got even better, and she started killing it. But she actually did her best stuff once she got to the main roster, it felt like. So we were screaming for Bianca. But I think after a little while, I got kind of sick of Bianca a little bit on the main roster. And she blocked me on Twitter, too. And I don't think that had anything to do with it, though, because I was never saying anything bad about her at the time. I was always saying, like, fucking praising her. I mean, the only woman that I've ever bought merchandise is Sasha Banks. I've never bought a woman's merchandise in my life. I bought Sasha Banks's when she was in NXT. Because I thought she was awesome. Her presentation. I just was into Sasha Banks all the way. She got to the main roster and things went downhill a bit. And Triple H wasn't there then. That is something that's weird to me. But, you know, Bianca, I felt got old quick. And I think they needed to dial her back. I think I said that on the show. Dial Bianca back a little bit and then bring her back in a little while and we'll be good again. I don't know why I thought that, but I just felt she was stale. And I think it was her mic work mostly, like the I'm the goody two shoes good person. I didn't like it. But that's a whole different story. But I felt she was pushed for a while. But I think the Street Profits, that one really sticks with me. Why in the world is Montez Ford not already? I mean, a year ago. Now, you could, if you want to try to play devil's advocate, maybe it's because, Cody Rhodes got huge in the big story and everything. Then John Cena's coming back, and we got CM Punk who's here now, and we got to do that. And, Randy Orton came back last year, and that's going on. And, we got all these things going on. And so I guess, but I never buy that because I'm not saying that Montez Ford needs to be champion right away. That's not what I'm saying. Nobody's saying that. Just make the guy a star, even if he's the first match of the night for a while. Why Montez Ford is what is he doing? Guys, is he doing anything? He's doing nothing. Why isn't Montez Ford in a Chris Jericho, William Regal, that sort of situation? Why isn't he in the, I could be Intercontinental Champion? Why isn't he in that category? He should be in that category. Montez Ford is a guy who should be able to potentially open WrestleMania against somebody. Or should be a guy who's featured in a ladder match for an Intercontinental Championship with somebody. I don't know why that's not happening. Quite honestly, a good position for him might have been somebody like Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, Montez Ford in some kind of grudge matches or something like that to build up Montez Ford. So Montez Ford, I do get a problem with them. What are they doing? What are they missing on him? What's going on? And like I said, I heard a rumor that he wanted more time or whatever with something with his partner and taking it easy because of the baby or something like that. I forget what I heard. Did they have a baby? I don't even remember. I can't remember shit anymore. My brain is frying. But it was some kind of rumor that he was not ready for something and he wanted to chill on it for a bit or whatever. And that might have said, if you're not ready to go, then the train goes without you. But I don't know if that's the case. I don't feel like that's the case. I just feel like they're sitting on him, playing with all their other toys that they have. But there's nothing. Why can't you make this guy a star or a character or something? I don't get. That's the thing. It's in WWE right now, it's everybody's at the top kind of, or at the top of the mid card. The top of the mid card is crazy right now. The top of the mid card is crazy. The top is is full. But everything from the middle and down is dead. It's just dead. Even the upperish mid card, it's just dead, and it shouldn't be dead. You've done a great job of building up the top talent and the top guys, which we could see that because there's so many people that could go for the world title and the WWE Championship. These guys aren't megastars, but they're big enough names that we believe it a little bit. But the mid-card and below is dead. Why the fuck isn't Montez Ford destroying on the mid-card? And you could say, I'm not complaining about AJ Styles because I'm not going to complain about AJ Styles. AJ Styles was a champion for a long time, and he is the one that asked to drop it. AJ Styles wanted to put the ball down so he could take more time to be with his family and kind of just relax. And by the way, that I wouldn't say that made them angry, the WWE, Vince McMahon and everybody. But I mean, it made them go all right, you want to be nobody? All right, go be nobody or whatever. That's why AJ Styles doesn't really ever do anything serious that much, because he just wanted to take it easy, come out and appear here or there and go home. He doesn't want to do anything crazy. The last time AJ Styles did anything that mattered worth a shit was when he was against Samoa Joe, I believe, which is fine. That's what AJ Styles wanted. He wants to come out, elevate some talent here or there, be a name, And that's it. He doesn't want to try to be champion, doesn't want to be in big championship matches. He doesn't even really want to be in crazy big matches. He just wants to go out there. I'm AJ Styles, buy some merch, wave at everybody, and roll, phone it. Not phone, I don't want to say phone it in, but, take it easy. That's AJ Styles. That's why no one's getting mad about AJ Styles. Someone, I don't know who said it, but said, like, why aren't we getting mad about AJ Styles? Well, that's why.
New subscriber.
You fucking mark!
Animaniac. Jag Gamer 24. Thanks for subbing to the channel. What's going on, man? And shout out to the Ghost from the Coast who dropped a $100 donation earlier. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you supporting like that. You sex beast Ghost. Oh, you on Discord too, man? Oh my God, I didn't even have Discord open. Daron Smith, how you doing, man? David, what about the New Day guys? Yeah, well, the New Day is my problem with the New Day is James McKeith. Thank you for subbing. My problem with the New Day is, dude, they should be going crazy, beating people's asses and acting crazy. I know that some people are just getting here late. I already talked about it, though, about what I think the New Day should do. You should go back, watch this whole video if you can. I know it's hard to listen to, 3 hours, but Ryan Pettinelli, thank you for subbing to the channel, man. What's up? We're having a subscriber party. But, I just think the New Day should be doing way more. But that's just about their booking. It's like they're getting booked, but it's just bad. That's just that's a different complaint, kind of. I don't quite get it. Thank you guys for clicking the like button, man. We only got 102 likes, but that's still pretty good. If anybody else wants to drop a like, we could use you guys clicking that like button all day long, baby. Click that like button like it's your wife. Click. Oh, guys, I got a video for you. Did you guys see this? This shit's crazy. Oh, we're about to hit 74,300 subscribers, too. Who's going to become the 74,300 subscriber? It's a Ryback video. Did you guys see this? Hold on, let me get it. You might have seen this already, but... Oh, wait. Oh, wait, guys. Look, it's Triple H. In his new hood. Oh, that's terrible. No, I really don't think... I don't think Triple H is racist, but... prove me wrong. We're investigating it for sure. I have no problem investigating and trying to figure it out. There might be a bias that I would agree with you on. Maybe we can find out more information, though. I mean, what's that on his head right there? What the hell is that?
You fucking mark!
Explain that, Triple H. Explain that shit. Okay? Absurdix Wolf. Thank you for subbing to the channel, man. How you doing? And now, let's take a break from everything we're doing to watch my wife have a eclipsion. Look at this. What is my wife doing there? Can you explain what Leah's doing there? Because I have no idea what Leah's doing there. What happened to my wife there? Look at this. I made AI make my wife. AI made my wife, guys. This is crazy. I mean, I got to tell you, AI is getting so creepy, bro. Like, that's some wild shit. It got her tattoo wrong, though. If you look at my wife's real tattoo, like, it got her tattoo wrong. Look at what it did to the tattoo. It did enhance her a little bit, it looks like. But it got her tattoo wrong. It put the bat in the wrong spot. Then it put some, like, wings on her neck right there. But AI is getting strange, brother. Like, AI is getting bizarre. Like, there is no doubt. AI is wild, bro. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Check this out. Check this out. Oh, is there no audio? Oh, man, what happened here? What do we do? Hold on, I'll figure it out. Bear with me, I'll figure it out. We can't let this slide. Okay, here we go. I got it. We're never going to hear it'll be like Samoan's push to the moon with The Rock in charge of WWE at this point. Okay, here we go.
Would you like to see Ryback in AEW?
Ryback. What happens to Ryback's eye right there? And what's going on with Tony Khan in the background? What's this? What's with the tongue? What the hell is Tony Khan doing there? Can you guys figure that out? I don't know. Ricky Starks should have debuted on the main roster. Are you retarded, dork? Can't be dork.
But here's the problem. Would Tony Khan be able to take care of him? Would he be able to handle him? And by handle him, I mean, would Tony Khan be able to control his sexual deviancy for Ryback's muscles? Would Tony Khan be able to manage him properly? Or would Tony Khan lose his mind in the muscles of Ryback?
Oh, wait, here's one of Triple H's friends, guys. Oh, my God, it's Hogan. Hulk Hogan, what the hell? Oh, my God, Hogan. Wait a minute. Is this who Triple... Oh, my God. What the hell is Hogan doing? And what's burning behind him? Oh, my God. Good God. Check this out.
You know, and that's when I came up with the idea for Ryback. I thought me and Ryback could go in the back, you know, and me and Pat Patterson and Ryback could have a three-way, you know, and he liked it. First of all, Vince, I don't think your mic's working, but I don't remember that. I don't remember. Well, I distinctly remember it. I do. I don't remember. Yeah, you were the one that said you brought it up first before anybody else did, and I agreed to do it. I don't think I said that, Vince. I think I said I want a woman. Damn it, don't lie.
Well, there you have it. Never before seen. We also have a Stone Cold Steve Austin. Look at this one.
I mean, it got so damn crazy in the back between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart that Bret Hart took a dump in Shawn Michaels' bag, and it pissed off Vince McMahon. It pissed off everybody. You know, quite honestly, you know, the boy toy Shawn Michaels was getting a little bit out of line. I told Owen I was going to do it, and I said, you know what? If he wants to do the sexy dance all around, you know, I'm going to take a dump in his bag, so I did it, and I enjoyed it.
There you go. Bret Hart took a dump, allegedly, in HBK's bag. I mean, you learn something new every day there. That's incredible shit. Mark that down on your calendar, brothers. Vince McMahon and Undertaker at the Super Bowl. I mean, Shane McMahon was at the Super Bowl too. Tons of people at the Super Bowl. But I don't think they were all there together, but they were at the Super Bowl. But some people were reporting they were there together, but I don't think there's any photos of them all together. There's photos of them all at the Super Bowl in different places, but I don't think there's like a photo of them all like actually together that we could, you know, pin them down to that. You know, Hogan became a Grand Wizard. Imagine that. Hogan, I really can't defend. You know, it's really hard to defend Hogan. I don't know what to tell you about him. He's a little wild. But Triple H, you know, it's harder for me to believe that one. trying to look to see if I have another thing here that I wanted to show, but I'm not 100% on it. If we die, AI can be the robots, but would be hot. Feed Tony more.
Feed Tony more. Why don't they hire me? Why won't AEW hire Ryback? I would finish in it. Gurgle.
Judge Dredd, how you been, man? Judge Dredd is the balls. Hamad Ahmed, can we listen to I Am a Racist American? Do I have it up? Where do I have it? That always gets me demonetized, but I'll play it. Also, there's this, too. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Hulk Hogan is a Nazi. Hulk Hogan is a Nazi. Hulk Hogan is KKK all the way. What you gonna do when the KKK comes for you? Burn across, you cross us, you lost, get ready to burn. When you mess with Hogan, it burn. Burn, baby, burn. You're gonna learn. Hulk Hogan is terrible, yeah. Hulk Hogan is a Nazi. Hulk Hogan is a Nazi. Hulk Hogan is terrible, yeah. Hulk Hogan is a Nazi. Hulk Hogan is a Nazi. Hulk Hogan is a Nazi.
Well, what you gonna do, Chickaboo?
Everybody, come on, yeah.
Hulk Hogan is KKK all the way. What you gonna do when the KKK comes for you? Burn across, you cross us, you lost. Get ready to burn. When you mess with Hogan, you burn. Burn, baby, burn.
Oh my God.
You're gonna learn. Hulk Hogan is terrible, yeah. Hulk Hogan is a Nazi. Hulk Hogan is a Nazi. Hulk Hogan is terrible, yeah. Hulk Hogan is a Nazi. Hulk Hogan is a Nazi. Hulk Hogan is a Nazi.
I mean, let's be honest. We're the craziest fucking show on YouTube. No, who else is going to do that? Right? Nobody. I am a racist American. Hate all the blacks and Mexicans. I am a racist American. Fight for the whites. Fight for what's white. Here it is. Unbelievable. Fucking Hogan. That's enough of that. Anyway, that was awful. Everybody remembers that night that Hulk Hogan turned heel again, and he joined, it's terrible, he joined a racist biker gang. That is an episode of Raw that a lot of people don't remember, but it was a horrifying night to many of us, especially none more horrified than some of the younger. Listen, I was a young Hulkster when I was a kid, right? I was born in 1984. So when I was 5 years old, it was 1989, and I was a huge Hulkamaniac. But I'm a white guy. Can you imagine a black African-American boy who grew up loving Hulk Hogan, 5, 6, 7 years old, and then, you know, in the 2000 teens, he heard the tape of Hulk Hogan saying the N-word, and then on top of that, he saw that episode of Raw where Hogan joined the KKK? I mean, can you imagine that betrayal and psychological damage that you grew up loving this man, like he's a real American, like for anybody, and it's just unfathomable, to be honest. It's just terrible. That's what it is. It's unfathomable. Those are the words that come to mind. It's terrible. I mean, yeah, sure. You'd be disappointed. All you white people can cry all you want and be disappointed in Hogan. Great, good for you. But imagine being somebody who actually was, harmed by his words and his actions. But you white people are going to try to be the victims, but the real victims are those people. So, anyway, what a crazy night that was. Can't believe they burned a cross on USA Network. Unbelievable. Anyway, definitely a copyright. Yeah, that's definitely going to get copywritten. I'm definitely going to lose all the money I made tonight on Super Chat. That $20 from we're going to lose that money real quick. But you ain't getting my Ghost from the Coast $100, though. You're not getting that. I don't know, man. It's a pretty quiet donation night, but at least Ghost from the Coast made up for that $20 with the 100, because Google is definitely taking that Super Chat. Which, by the way, they can do. If you don't read the fine print, if you Super Chat, Google can just decide to keep that. Legit. And they've done it plenty of times. So it's wild, but they can do that. That's why if you want, use Streamlabs pinned to the top of the chat. Goes directly to me right now. Doesn't come to me next month, maybe. But they do that, man. Fucking Google. Especially if you say something that goes against their little agenda there, right? We love you, though. I'm kidding. Google, China, China, Google. We love you, China. We love you, Google, China, Google, China, Google, China, Google, China. We love you, Google, China. And whatever John Cena says in Chinese to make everybody love him. Didn't X-Pac take a dump in Sable's bag? Yeah, I mean, dude, lots of wrestlers did the dump stuff. It's gross. So there you go. Hamad Ahmed asked for that. I see now the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are. Mewtwo. Like the Pokemon? Hogan did nothing wrong in my eyes. Yeah, I mean, Hogan's wild dude. I don't think Hogan's really as bad as we think. But I don't know, man. Some of those private calls with Hogan, he's a fucking weirdo on those calls. When his son's friend like killed that person or whatever happened, and he's just basically blaming the other guy. It was just weird. He's a weird person. Ryback 100% and waiting for WWE to call him. Can you please play the parody Cody Rhodes theme? What? The one that I made, or the one that somebody else made? Oh, you talking about the one that other person made where Cody Rhodes is the black savior? Cody Black Rhodes or whatever it is? Because that one is hilarious. Dude, people thought I made that because it sounds similar to some of the other ones that I've made before. Let me see if I can find it. I think this is it.
Wrestling has more than one black champion. Wrestling has more than one black champion.
Cody in the background. Oh my God.
There's melanin in his soul. Negro icon Cody Rhodes. Doing it for the culture machine. When blacks are down, Cody's there. And he knows how to braid hair. The thing he puts his kid in regularly is cornrows. His father said, blacker than bear.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, I'm gonna pass out, bro. Oh my god. Cody Raheem Rhodes. Oh my god, bro. With the fucking thing on his head, I'm gonna die. Whew. I'm seeing stars legit right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. There are stars everywhere. Like twinkling stars. It's time to check the heart rate. Oh my god, bro. That's too good. Definitely a copy right now. AI is getting out of control. Oh, man. Say her name. Brandy Rhodes. The one you made? Is that the one I made? I didn't make that one. Some people thought I made that, though. Replace MLK Day with Cody Rhodes Day. Oh, can't breathe.
Pit of spikes.
Well, you guys want to see Ryback in a pit of spikes?
Pit of spikes. Yeah, pit of spikes. Pit of spikes.
I don't know where the we got. I thought I had a. Did I lose the clip of Ryback saying that he hopes I die in a pit of spikes? Because if I did, I mean, we got to find that, right? We got to get the clip of when Ryback said that I'm in it, because I don't have the clip. Like, I should have the clip of pit
of spikes.
Like, we got to have that clip. That looks like Alex Jones in a pit of spikes, by the way. That doesn't. Let me see if I can find it.
Pit of spikes.
It's one of those old clips that, like, sometimes, like, I lost a lot of, like, weird old clips. I know that they're somewhere. It's just, you got to look for them. Let's see. Can I find it? Ryback calls out Joe Cronin. I thought somewhere I, like, put together the beef with Ryback. Like, Ryback giving away nudes. Ryback calls Joe Cronin. Is it? Why don't I have that anymore? I'm really wondering why I don't have the clips of it. Maybe I have it on the Pat Buck one. I swear to God, I would have it somewhere.
What's up, wrestling fans? Massive drama going on.
All right, let's see if I can find it.
Wondered why it was going to cost thousands of dollars to get Ryback on the show. That pissed us off because we're a small show. I'm like, yeah, if we get a couple $1,000s, we'll get Ryback on the show.
From stealing from his grandmother and the shit with his father, let alone in the shit stealing from me. So I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and point blank tell everybody what happened, because you can Martin Luther King it all day long where you turn the other cheek. But
what does that mean?
Two people because
protein shakes, protein bars, weird things, just little things, but I always justified it. He doesn't have
No. And he he's like, is when
our buddy that this guy.
Oh, here's the Pit of Spikes comment. Here we go. I found the Pit of Spikes comment.
So everything's peaceful, and there would be waves of, and the fans come in waves. It'll be busy for 20 minutes.
Oh, this is when him and Pat Buck are talking about me, and he says, Pit of Spikes or whatever.
Slow down for 5.
Yeah.
Busy for another 10.
So we'll clip it.
And Mike Johnson came over, and I don't believe you guys ever met before.
No.
And he's like, is when
our buddy that this guy that is online and from his show comes up to me at the table.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him. I like, because I knew what the guy's face looked like, and I'm thinking like, where do I know this guy from? And I go, hey, and he then tells me his name, and like instantly just.
I think I saw the marker close, like you put the cap.
Yeah,
down.
The entire demeanor changed right then and there, because it was like, hey,
he's really yelling at me there,
buddy, because I didn't know who he was, and then like, the entire mood kind of changed, and because obviously there's not going to be any physicality, and as much as I've told you, the Pit of Spikes, death to these certain people that the thoughts that go through the head, but obviously we cannot conduct those sorts of activities in society today.
Do you want to
Pit of Spikes? There it is. There's the clip.
explain the Pit of Spikes? I don't know if people have a visual of. I think Mortal Kombat-esque, like
Pit of Spikes. Very early man days. The Roman gladiator days. The kings and queens, and just the Pit of Spikes. That death by spike. Okay. And there's certain people in this world that you just look at that you just want to throw down that fucking pit of spikes, and you would be doing the world a good favor, Dexter style. But they saw him, but obviously I get angry and then calm down.
So I think we're starting to see here what's going on. I think we're finally understanding this after 2 years.
By the way, that video is amazing that I made. I built the whole timeline of the Ryback story. So if anybody ever wants to see the Ryback story about how we were told that he wanted thousands of dollars to be on this show and then didn't come on, and then later on went on to say his producer was robbing him and molested an old man, and how Ryback was mad at me and everything, and all that shit. If you ever want to see that entire thing, now most of you probably know it all and don't care and don't want to see it again. But if you've never seen that whole saga, I basically talk about it for 20 minutes and I play all the clips of everything. So if you wanted to see it all in one video, that is the video to see it. And I'll put it in the link down below. There it is, in case you want to click on it and save it. So if you don't know the story about all that, go back and watch that. I mean, we've been doing this on the show for years, but so that's the story right there. But essentially what happened was we wanted him on the show. He said it was all this money. Then he said he didn't want money, but I already said out loud on my show, this guy wants all this money, so he's not coming on. Then he was like, yeah, I don't want money. But then apparently, allegedly, years later, he said Pat Buck was stealing from him and lying to him and lying to people. And so maybe it was him, and he never said, oh, whatever. But the bottom line is then we made fun of him. We did impressions on the show about him, and he got angry about that. And then I saw him at WrestleCon, and I tried to say, hey, man, sorry. Like, we do jokes on my show. Like, it's not a big deal. I apologize if we offended you, but, it's just a silly show, and, sorry about that. And sorry about the miscommunication about money and whatever happened, which, by the way, I was right about, turns out. But at WrestleCon, he then flipped out on me and started yelling at me and like, do better, you piece of shit, and all this stuff. And me and JD went up to him. Anyway, that's all on video too. So it's all on video. It's all whatever. And that was it. It was just weird. And then he got in a fight with his own podcast co-host and said he was stealing from him, and that Pat Buck, who is a producer in WWE for a long time, and then I think Pat Buck is a producer now in AEW, is that right? Or did he go back to WWE? I don't even remember where Pat Buck is now. I don't remember. Pat Buck seemed like a good guy to me. Like, Pat Buck never did anything bad to me. Pat Buck always seemed like Pat Buck probably doesn't like me because of what he observed from the Ryback situation. And maybe he doesn't like me anyway. Maybe he doesn't even know who I am. I don't know. Pat Buck always seemed pretty cool to me. It was only Ryback that was, angry. But apparently, according to Ryback, Pat Buck wrestles old people who are dying for money in sexual ways and stuff. So Ryback says that on that clip, and it's 20 minutes. Go watch the video. It's 20 minutes of just bizarre. Anyway, that's all we'll say about that. The Cody song you made where you said that I'm a retard and Nyla. Oh man, I don't know where that is. I don't even know what that is. I have no idea. But I guess we're gonna wrap it up soon here. I mean, I tried to go as long as I could. I tried to get it going tonight, but I don't know. Not a lot of people are on doing things. Had a good viewership tonight though. The Discord's dead. The donations are dead. Man, it is dead tonight. I'll tell you that. But I tried to bring it on, man. Tried to bring it. Oh boy. Let me just read some of the chats. Maybe I'm missing stuff. Main event ace, Cody and Brett like their taste of chocolate. Oh yeah, that's true. Brett especially. Brett the damn Hitman Hart. Me and the boy toy are going in the back of WrestleMania 12 and we're gonna play with stick figures. Me and Owen are gonna play with sock puppets in front of all the Americans who are scumbags anyway. DJ Scandalous, what's up? Hogan, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash. Oh my God, the KKK trio. Man, people are really going hard on this. But yeah, I don't think Triple H, I think Triple H is doing the best he can with all this rotating talent. We're always going to have complaints, but I think it's fairly unwarranted. But I'll look into some of these things people brought up, and, I'll look at anything, man. But I think, oh my God. Oh my God, bro. Hulk Hogan joins the Hurt Syndicate in AEW. Oh my God, bro. Bobby Lashley looks like a mess on the outside of the ring. What are you doing, Hogan? Hogan looks pretty good there. I don't know about here, though. Here he looks like he's kind of taking a dump in the ring right there. Hogan looks like he de-aged right there. That's pretty good. The hell you doing, Hogan? That's horrific. That's crazy. Unbelievable. Oh, boy. I'm out of breath. Maybe I'm dying. That's not Lashley. That's Tony Atlas. It's me, Tony Atlas. The woman was like a toy for us. The women was like a toy for us. Oh, man. What happened to that fucking clip, guys? Why didn't I have that clip saved? That clip is way too funny. I cannot believe I don't have that clip saved, man. The women was like a toy for us. Oh, my God, dude. That was the funniest. Oh, that's in the Vince documentary thing, isn't it? So we could probably find that easy because that's in the Vince documentary. The woman was like a toy for us. God, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Ricky Starks debut. We talked about that already. Jackie Redmond has witnessed some of the biggest moments in WWE recent history. Okay, that's a news article I'm not going to read. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Why does I don't get the hype of Ricky Starks? Well, I mean, I don't know if there's a hype. I mean, just whenever someone new comes, it's like fun. Like, oh, fun, there's a new person here. You know? That's how you debut somebody. What he does from here, we'll see. Could be great, could be nothing. He should be able to do all right. I mean, you know, Ethan Page did well, but I don't know. Jesus, I got massive cough. I think it's from laughing. Whenever I laughed earlier, like it busted me up. We should have watched that guy who broke all the bottles in the alcohol store the other day and counted how many bottles he broke. Like we could have all guessed how many bottles he breaks. Maybe if Omega stopped focusing on Logan Paul and put the time into a better promo, he'd be a superstar. All he is now is a bland wrestler who has bangers. Dynamite averaged 69,000 viewers, down 19% from 2023.
Logan Paul is a fantastic wrestler. Great. I'm glad you think so, and I'm glad he's able to convince you such a thing. However, would Logan Paul walk into New Japan and do a G1 where you have to walk in every night and have an actual banger? No, he absolutely could not. Is he going to get there between now and... I mean, it depends on his commitment level. And not only that, but does it matter? No, he's clearly setting his roots down in WWE, and that's where he wants to succeed, and that's where he wants to be a star, and that totally makes sense. So for the WWE style and for what they're willing to do for him, give him time, allow him to grow, develop, and get more used to get more familiar with his surroundings. Take the time to have him have everything up in here, make sure that when it comes time to perform what it is that they've rehearsed, what they've scripted, that he'll be able to pull it off as though he just showed up to the arena, like, you know, how the old timers did back in the day, the Terry Taylors and the Terry Funks.
When was this recorded?
I don't know why I picked two people that were named Terry, but you know what I mean. It could have been anybody.
Terry Crews.
They're Terry Crews. There you go. Yeah.
Woo! Well, instead he's going to go to WWE and be a megastar, and he's only had like 10 or 12 matches or whatever it is, 15 matches, or I don't even know. Instead he's going to wrestle 15 times in 3 years and be a megastar, and he's going to steal all your friends' moves. So there you go. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Imagine if you're Adam Hangman Page. This guy took all my shit. You know what's funny is somebody tweeted out the other day that Adam Hangman Page tweeted out he stole my whole moveset. And if you saw a recent interview with CM Punk, one of the announcers said, well, you know, in your moveset, blah, blah, blah. And CM Punk was like, don't say moveset, dude. Like, moveset, like, that's something like a Mark whatever says. Like, you really just say moveset? And the guy crapped on him, and it's really funny. And then the next day, Adam Hangman Page, like weeks later, goes, he stole my whole moveset. And so I sent that to CM Punk, and I said, Oh my God, Punk's gonna flip out. Oh man, someone sent me a message on Facebook, but I can't open it. It's acting weird. Let me see if I can get. This is when he was having health issues. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Dude, Logan Paul is damn good for, like, it's crazy. It's kind of crazy how good Logan Paul is, you know? Where did you send this to? I thought somebody just sent me something and now I can't find it. Somebody just sent me something, but I can't find it now. Something about where I played the Cody thing. I can't find who said that or where you said it, though. Someone just sent it to me. It's driving me nuts, man. Where'd you send it? On Instagram or Twitter or? I don't know. I'm looking for the... God damn, I'm dying. Oh, Instagram. Oh, thank you, bro. I got everything open, and I'm, like, waiting for you to text again, because I'm like, did that come through Instagram, or did that come through Facebook, or like, where'd that come? It's Instagram. Oh, there you are, Heelgill. 20144. Okay. Did you just hack me? Is where they play the song I'm referring to. Okay. 20144. Let's see.
We thrive under pressure to push the boundaries of what's technologically possible. 20,000 pounds.
He is the biggest star in the world.
Oh, this is Kevin's show. Why didn't you? Yeah, you should have just said it was Kevin's show. Kevin blocked me on Twitter not that long ago. I can't believe it. He fucking Scamboli blocked me on Twitter a little while ago. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I couldn't believe he blocked me, the fucker. We're buddies for years. And then he blocked me on Twitter. Like, what the hell?
And I guarantee you he gets paid more than Roman. And that's a testament to Tony Khan being retarded more than Will Ospreay deserving that money. But, Gino, when I pair up Will Ospreay... My father's dead! And I'm a retard! And Nyla is a guy! My father's dead. I mean a guy and I am not a girl! How about we've never sung those lyrics to that part? I mean a girl! Isn't that kind of simple?
I love how Kevin constantly plays these parodies that I do. What am I doing there too, by the way? I don't know where I played that. I'm trying to remember when I sang that or yelled that or flip whatever that is. I don't even know. But at least we have someone else's show playing it. You know, like, I don't know.
My father's dead.
I won
Live a derm.
I beat a girl and I'm a guy. I beat a girl and I'm a guy. And
Now, Gino, you completely changed my game plan. Cody Rhodes was not even. I had him in the top 5, but I figured he'd be gone by that number.
I don't know what I was doing when I don't know where I did that. I forget when I did that. But that's funny that there's so many times where like I don't even hear about my stuff. Like there's got to be like somebody like who grabs my shit and sends it to people. Because like I've heard my shit played on so many things, but I think Kevin really likes my songs. I don't know. But I'm sure it made him laugh. He has made me laugh many times over the years, and I've made him laugh many times. I think I have. That's the way he plays it. That's funny. I remember doing that. I just don't remember when and like why and where it is. I don't know. But at least we got Scampy playing it. So that's good. That's funny. That's a classic. But yeah. Shout out to Scampoli for playing that. He's funny. Whole effing show. Who blocked me on Twitter? Which I don't know why. I think I was being annoying. I was kind of being annoying to him at one point. But I've known him for so long. I'm surprised. He could have just texted me and been like, "You fucking dildo. Cut it out." But he really got pissed. He blocked me. It was weird. It's weird that he blocked me. I still can't get over that. It's so weird. Like, he's not usually like a bitch like that. I mean, I was being nut. I mean, I don't really do that much. It was fucking weird. I mean, all the shit that he did back in the day, he was like talking about killing my wife and beating her up and she looks ugly, bitch, and all this stuff and all this crazy stuff he did and whatever. And I don't know. I was surprised he blocked me for nothing, really. Why did it discontinue? I mean, he kept leaving. He kept getting, taken down on YouTube. But then he went over to Rumble. But now you're telling me that he's done with Rumble too? Why did that happen? Yeah, that was me. Yeah, because Kevin used to watch the show. He used to donate. He would donate live sometimes. And he would watch the show. He would definitely watch, like, my night show. I mean, I watch him, too. So we'd watch each other. Very, crazy sense of humor we have, so. No idea? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know either now that I'm blocked, so. Maybe I'm unblocked. I'll check it out. I mean, he probably got banned on, he was going through a cancellation thing again where he said something fucked up about people again and people were trying to cancel him and all that shit. So, and I made like a joke with him kind of, I thought, but I don't know. I'm 2 years older than him, fucker. Yeah, he blocked me. Yeah, I'm still blocked. That's crazy. I can see his tweets, though. That's so funny. Every once in a while, I grab this quote from Fightful, and I think about it, and I start laughing. And it looks like he thinks the same way because he tweeted it out. I start rubbing your inner thigh as you do, moving closer to your panties. Unbelievable. That's fucking hilarious. I remember I was going to put this on a t-shirt. A long time ago, I was going to put this on a t-shirt and sell it. I start rubbing your inner thigh as you do, moving closer and closer to your panties. Then put like a Cyclops person with their eyes too close together, like Schlong Ross. Can't believe that fucker has me blocked. What a pussy fuck. Kevin, you watching this, you cunt? Unblock me, you fucker. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe they got in trouble on Rumble. They did something 3 months ago. They were doing pretty well over there too. So I don't know why they would stop. I wonder what happened. It's weird. But you would think he'd put out a video or something. Like, hey, taking, but he never does that, really, I guess. Well, I guess I'm going to wrap it up. Boys and girls, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you to the Ghost from the Coast for the $100, man. Stepped up big on a crazy time. Thank you, Ghost from the Coast, so much, my friend. We'll catch you guys throughout the week. We'll see you soon. I think I'm gonna get out of here. That's it. I think we got it. We got everything we could. Oh my God. You're welcome. You're welcome. There's take it easy, Hogan. What are you doing? Good Lord, Hogan. Oh, and these are just some of the people that got their Joe Cronin show signs on Raw. Thank you to everybody who's ever brought a sign. I mean, we must have had I must have seen a Joe Cronin show sign on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, and WrestleMania. Probably about 50 of them over the years. And I tried to compile them all, but it's hard. But I do have a ton of shots of people with the signs. So eventually I'll try to get them all up. But really cool, man. And to everybody who ever brought signs, thank you. And you know what's crazy about some of the signs is they're different people. And yet everybody drew the JCS logo pretty damn good. Like 3 different people drew some of these. And like, they got that JCS logo looks very damn good for like the original JCS logo that we made. The one that the kid designed for me, and then he designed the exact same one for Grimm's Toy Show. So GTS and JCS look like the same almost. That always cracks me up. But yeah, man. Pretty awesome. Thanks to everybody who ever brings the signs, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. That WrestleMania one, though, will live. That is unbelievable. Ever at that WrestleMania, that sign is prominent. That's really cool. Everywhere signs, baby. I'm dying
of lung cancer. Check that cough out there.
Oh, here's the JCS right there. That JCS logo. Welcome to all the new people. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. More wrestling news. Watch all the shorts, watch all the videos, and get weird. Good night.
And look at his look. How he looks.
Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, he looks like a crook. Look at him, look like he look. Look at his look that he looks. Look what he looks like a crook. I'm coming for you, crook in the nook. I'm coming for you, I look like a crook.
And look at his look. How he looks.
Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, you getting shook. Look at his look, you getting shook. Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, he looks like a crook. Look at his look, you getting kinda shook. Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, you get shook.
Over 50 million views. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother.
This country sucks! This place sucks! CNN masturbated all fucking day.
Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style.
Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass! I wanna kill myself! If I think it sucks, I tell you!
The Joe Cronin Show.
This is a test donation for $64.